We'll figure it out eventually. Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hick. With me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, unlike certain candy brands, I promise you, the vein in this main guy ain't ever leaving.
Thank God we can all sleep soundly. That man chuckling in the background is the last standing Samoan, Big Rig Nick Utah.
Oh, God. The only thing I can say is hail thud.
Yeah, hail it all the way to the top. And finally, American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
Jeff, today is a day. It's a hallowed day. It's a memorable day. It's a wonderful day. It's a day where you will sit there and ask yourself, where were you? Where were you when you heard Roger Goodell say those magical words with the 10th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft? The Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes, the second quarterback, Texas Tech.
Amen. Amen, brother. Preach, brother.
We have definitely seen some sunny days.
Sunny days.
Day, boys.
I'm trying not to laugh. Dion.
Yeah, Dion. I love when you do that. Dion becomes your hype man like immediately. I fucking love it.
We're testifying. We are testifying in the book of Patrick at the shrine of the Messiah, the one true chosen quarterback to lead the NFL to the promised land. That will lead the future of the NFL. He ain't a pretender like the rest of them. He's not a cheater like that dickhead in Tampa Bay. Nope. He's not a dinker and dunker. He's a gunslinger. The man you want behind your center, snapping that ball in that pistol formation or shotgun formation, whatever you run in that day. Air raid offense all day. Have we won it all every time? No. Have we done it once? Yes, we have. Legacy?
Right. Blessed be, motherfucker. Blessed be. Amen. Testify, my brother. Testify.
Hell yeah.
I'll play in. What day of the week was the draft? Like a Thursday?
Thursday. Because
I was here on the show. That's where I was.
Actually, in 2017, Thursday, I would have been – would I have been for the podcast? No, I wasn't on the show yet because that was in the spring. So I was probably eagerly awaiting the podcast to come out at around midnight that night to listen to it on either YouTube or the Bean, if you were on the Bean at that point, and watching the draft and going, "Oh shit, we drafted a quarterback. This has never happened in my lifetime. I hope he's good." Was
he good, Kendo?
Oh, I was more than surprised, Jeff. More than surprised and more than happy.
Was he good, brother? Was he good? You better tell him, brother Kendo. You better tell him if he was good. Amen.
MVP in his first full season in the league.
Ooh.
Goddamn.
Which is great because typically the first round was either over or almost over by the time the draft started. So it usually worked out pretty good. And I was like, damn, because I saw him at the Texas Tech. I watched the young Patrick Mahomes with a cannon for an arm. A cannon, I tell you. Lobbing it down the field, down with a shitty team in Texas Tech, throwing touchdowns, 60, 70, 80 yards. And I said, damn, that kid's going to be good. And then, lo and behold, years later, a young brother came on to the show and he said, listen, Brother Dion, you have pain in your heart. You have anguish in your soul, brother. Join me. Come to the kingdom. Come to the kingdom and bow down before the man we all have. He has delivered us. He has delivered us. And goddamn it feels nice to finally root for a team that when their backs against the wall, their feet are to the coals, the burning is in their soul. They score touchdowns. Damn it. They score touchdowns. And it feels so heavenly.
Dion,
where's the donation plate? I got $20 right now. Where is it?
What a great day. What a great day. What a great day. Banner day in the history of the kingdom.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Wait, you said on this day in 2017, right?
Correct.
I'm pretty sure that's the day Avengers Infinity. Wait, no, they're 2018. Shit. Damn it. Oh, well, I thought it could have been the most glorious day in history.
That was the next day. Because I know it's around that because for whatever reason, I looked at my Facebook memories the other day, and it was the picture of Thanos holding up the fucking glove with the two guys from the Olympics, the Black Power thing that a listener made for us. I was like, oh, shit, dude, that's like, we're in in-game territory, but that's also Infinity War territory. So I know what I was doing on those days.
The best meme that we've received, okay, not the absolute best, but one of the best, is the Dilly Dilly one that you requested, Kendo.
Oh, God, the Dilly Dilly one was great, and I don't know where it's at. It is somewhere. I have it saved on one of multiple different hard drives that are filled full of movies and TV shows that I don't know where they came from, but they're here. or they're on one of 3 different laptops. So the Dilly Dilly still exists somewhere. I just have to find it because that one was fantastic.
It was.
I don't know. Thanos is pretty high up there too. Thanos.
Oh, dude, the Thanos at the 1968 Olympics was brilliant as well. I
Just
was
so
a very
goddamn
big fan of that one too.
When we write our book, our memoirs on WCBS history, those memes will both appear in the book. So, folks, make sure you guys are following us. Maybe you'll get a shout out on the memoir. Thank you, Dr. Coffin-Nails.
Like, we loved it when you gave us the Dilly Dilly meme and the Thanos meme. It is really great. Nick did 9/11.
Whoa, shit. Damn, just right out the gate.
Actually, I think I might test, not to get ahead of ourselves. I'm going to test Twitter's new shadow banning thing and see if it really is open. Nick did 9/11.
Wow, and everyone got banned on Twitter.
Jeez.
Now, folks, tonight we're going to talk about Twitter. We're going to talk about all sorts of things. Welcome to our new Twitter followers. Nick, what happens when you tweet about Elon Musk? You get hundreds of new followers overnight. Isn't that wonderful?
Apparently so, man. Apparently so. When you love Thud, people, I guess they all flock together, man. That's what happened. But yeah, I think we gained like 200 over a night or something. I don't know what happened. It was crazy. Because I looked at the number and it was like 14.8, and all of a sudden it was 15. I was like, oh, holy shit! It just
people
went
love
up
memes.
Again. Yeah, man. People love those memes, man.
If you want to be entertained every couple of hours by WCBS, follow us on Twitter, World Class BS. You can also find us on Instagram, which we don't really post on too often. We have some shorts. We also have TikTok, which I guess we're too old for. Nah, we'll use it.
But we're trying, goddammit, we're trying.
It's weird. The weird ones get hits over there, so whatever. We're not even going to try.
Yeah, it was, dude. When I put up the first minute of your Miss Marvel video, like everybody called you. basically, every bad name for a white guy, and said you live in your basement and you don't have a girlfriend. I'm just like, if only you knew. If only you knew.
I'm not the kind of guy that wants to brag and do all this shit, but I'll say this: I don't live in a basement. Fuck you. No, but folks, we got all sorts of fun stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to talk even about Star Wars sooner than you think. But before we get into any of the fun topics, let's start out by saying thank you to our new friend, Kentaro, who just joined us over on Patreon. So, folks, what you get over on Patreon is bonus content from WCBS, but you also get access to us. We can help you guys promote your projects, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. But I wanted to thank our friend, Kentaro, for joining us. We gave you guys a 90-minute hangover this week. Might have been a little longer, actually. And we also had a nice long episode. An interview from Ruby Soho that we just uploaded on YouTube, but that showed up on Patreon about a month ago. So, folks, make sure you guys follow us over there for early access content, to cool exclusive things. We keep getting new opportunities, and so we want to give you guys chances to check those out with us. So follow us over there for all the coolest World Class Bullshitters content. And as soon as I can get my shit together, I'm going to make a trailer, and we are going to be on the membership program because why not? So, guys, we've been talking about this book, and I wanted to share it with you guys again. Last week, we talked about, 2 weeks ago, I asked you guys if you had heard about this unmade Arnold Schwarzenegger Crusade movie. Well, maybe you didn't get to watch the movie, but you can read Assassins of the Cross because it's a comedy that is just about that. Jerusalem has fallen. Young Robin is unable to get laid. He decides to join the army and kill people. Robin goes on crusade, serving as a lowly archer. The mission, free slaves. While serving, he befriends a man they say is possessed by a demon. After many exciting battles, Robin is trained as an assassin of the cross. When Robin heads home after the war, little does he imagine that his destiny, nor does he expect the war will follow him there. And folks, if you like stuff like 1980s violence and sex, scenes of torture, medieval politics, religious themes, patricide, mental illness, theft, mass looting, perversity, and more, make sure you guys are checking out Assassins of the Cross. Check it out anywhere books are sold, reputable bookstores, booksellers, as they like to say in the ads. Who's your favorite reputable bookseller, Kendo?
Hustler.
Located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah. Wait, no, maybe not. He got shot in Cincinnati.
Right? Yeah. He got shot in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Larry Flint, R.I.P., bro. Is he dead?
Yeah. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He unfortunately died, I think, a year or two ago. It was sad because that man was all about some free speech, and he did some funny and crazy things in his days. I watched the documentary with Woody Harrelson recently, and man, he had a time. He had a fucking time.
Oh, People versus Larry Flint.
Yeah, I fucking love that because like, you know, he wanted to be Playboy, but then he's like, Playboy's, you know, nice and very artsy and things like that, very highbrow. And he's like, fuck it, I want to, you know, I don't want to be highbrow. I want to be, you know, I just want to be dirty. And so he made Hustler.
Yeah, the best part of of that movie was an emaciated, AIDS rattled Courtney Love drowning in a bathtub, fucking Karen Carpenter style. It's fantastic.
I agree. That was the best part.
Now, do you guys want art to imitate life, or excuse me, life to imitate art for Courtney, or is that too dark to start the show out with?
I mean, we've only just begun to hear.
You and Karen, what did she do to you? Show me on the doll where she touched you.
I mean, if it does happen, I'm not gonna say that I'm that happy. You know,
if we wake up tomorrow and find out that she shot herself in the head with a shotgun, I'm gonna be like, where have I heard this one before? That's the second person she's done that to.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then that'll be the last one.
Boy toy that did that.
Hey man, you know, if you know, if something happens to her, you know, I guess it was just, you know, it was just her time. It was just her time.
Listen, watch the documentary Soaked in Bleach, and you will have no shadow of a doubt in your mind that crazy bitch has something to do with killing Kurt Cobain. 100%.
Is that the one from 97 or 98?
No, that was something that was Kurt and Courtney.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soaked in Bleach is the recent one. The other one I think was just called Kurt and Courtney something or another. It had a tagline to go with it, and that was the one from like the 90s. But Soaked in Bleach is the one that came out, like Dion said, recently, like maybe 5 years ago. It's a little bit more, what would you say, Dion, in depth or objective, so to speak?
Yeah, I'd say both of those are great ways to describe it. Much more objective, for sure.
Not kowtow into the estate of Kurt Cobain and trying to paint everything in a rosy light.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah. I've never ever liked her. Ever since I would see her on MTV, I'm just like, why is she always drunken or high? Like, you know, she can't keep her shit together ever. I'm just like, I guess she's, you know, dealing with, you know, the guilt of killing her boyfriend, and nobody will ever know. So,
I mean, they were married, so at least give them that respect.
Yeah.
She was
like,
hey, Kurt, all her shit.
Hey Kurt, you know why I named the band Hole? You'll see.
Damn.
Done. No more topic talk. Let's just move on. That was great. Oh. Yeah, so folks, you should come hang out with us. Come meet us, the world-class bullshitters. We promise we'll keep all the Courtney Love talk to ourselves. But we'll be at Star Wars Celebration, and we want to give you a chance to come hang out at Star Wars Celebration as well. Now, we have it finalized, correct, Kendo?
We haven't finalized the day of the competition. We've just finalized how to enter and when the deadline to enter is.
Then let's tell the audience right now.
All right, so folks, if you want to go to Star Wars Celebration, we can give you tickets to go. We have, Jeff, 2 tickets available?
2 tickets to paradise.
That's right. Thank you, Eddie Money. So we have 2 tickets. I wouldn't call it paradise. It's Star Wars Celebration. Anyway, so we have 2 tickets that are available to Star Wars Celebration, and they can be yours for absolutely nothing. All you have to do is send us an email between now and midnight on Thursday, May 5th, with the subject line of Star Wars. It doesn't have to say, I want the tickets, Star Wars tickets, Celebration tickets, just Star Wars. Just put Star Wars in that subject line. And what we will do is live on that show on May 5th, we will draw 3 names. Those 3 names will be the finalists in the contest to see who gets the tickets. And then over that weekend, whether it's the 6th, 7th, or 8th, we have to work that one out. We will have bullshit trivia. Winner of bullshit trivia, whichever one of these 3 guys wins bullshit trivia, playing for whoever it is they select to play for. That person will be contacted, and you will get 2 free tickets to Star Wars Celebration. No Caesar Jorpin. It does not include airfare. We are cheap asses. You're buying your own way. We already got you the tickets. What do you want? You want every fucking thing for free? No, you're getting the tickets.
Yeah, they're valued at a couple $100. So
yeah, man.
But yeah, Darth Vader asks a very good question. Is there really anything to celebrate? That answer is no. But you can still go and you can hang out with Jeff and the guys and other people. Not me. I will not be there because I have some personal obligations to attend to that week that include Top Gun 2 and some other minor shit, but
literally minor shit.
Right. So, but yes, no,
you feel like that.
Yes. But in all seriousness, if you're interested in trying to win 2 free tickets, email worldclassbs@mail.com. It's the best mail.
.com.
Thank you. And just in the subject line, just write in the subject line, just write Star Wars. That's all you got to do. I will go through, I will check it multiple times a day for the next 7 days. And the cutoff is that midnight into the 5th, because I need to be able to take time throughout the day to put everybody's name on a list. So that way I can randomly draw them to see who's going to play or who's going to get played for. And the guys will get to pick on the show. We're going to draw it live on the show. And then those guys will pick who they're going to represent. And there you go. So that's all you got to do.
Enter, win, have fun with world-class bullshitters every week here on YouTube and soon more platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, let's talk about the story that caught my attention because of how ridiculous it was. Let me pull up a picture real quick. We've all had a Snickers before, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, who haven't?
True. It's the most well-known candy bar on the planet.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah. So it's a very distinct-looking candy bar. Let's share a picture of what a Snickers looks like. Chocolate, nougat, caramel, peanuts. It's a Snickers bar. It's America. But apparently, there was talk that they were going to get rid of the iconic design. Now, we talk about food on the channel. It goes a little deeper than that. So I wanted to share the veined version of the Snickers because as of late, there was a nice post on social media that said they were getting rid of the vein and people freaked out. Now, I know people were upset because they're changing things they like, but today we found out the culprit of all this. Now, had you guys heard about this? The Snickers deveining?
Yes. Very briefly.
I had seen various headlines and like with all kinds of weird names on them. I'm just like, what the hell's going on right now?
This is 100% news to me, but I can tell you that if you get those fun size Snickers that's got the individual letters on there, you can arrange certain letters on there on a desk really well. That will raise some fucking pulses once somebody sits down.
Well, I don't know how to respond to that, so I won't. All joking aside, though, this story has been tearing up the internet, and today it turned out it was nothing than a big troll job.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
I love how Fox News even got a hold of it. I was like, the fuck is going on?
Well, it was created as fake news to fuck with right-wing media outlets because people got upset that they changed the M&M's design or something like that. So somebody went out of their way to make fake news and troll the entire internet. Isn't that weird?
That's what the internet was for, baby. People
Yeah, I mean it's
a bit too serious.
Yeah, I mean it's weird, but also that you're so. That was your thing, and everybody. I guess it was a good idea because everybody grabbed onto it, and it was such a ridiculous idea. But I mean, what was it last year? They got rid of Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben, so this makes sense as well. So
yeah, I mean, it would be the reasoning. I'd be like, so like, what is the reasoning there? Like, if I go into tomorrow to buy a Snickers bar, and I'm not going to, but there's like no like veins to it, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, it still has peanuts and nougat and caramel. And I feel more like myself after I had one. So, that's great. But my question is, why? What would be the point of getting rid? Is it because like they're too phallic looking at that point? I don't know.
It always looked like a turd to me.
Yeah, not as much
as
as
a candy bar. They all look like shit.
That's true. A Baby Ruth looks probably either that or what is it? $100,000 looks like shit as well.
I mean, you can use a Baby Ruth to clear out a swimming pool.
That's true. You can. That's true. You totally can.
Yeah, I just love that the people who didn't know that it was a troll job, who legitimately, and Twitter's Twitter, but people online who did get messed up. It's like this is how you know that we're living relatively in a nice time where. Yeah. So many people's concern in the world is, oh man, the Dick Vein and the Snickers bar is gone. Like that's how you know.
When shit like that can mess up your day, you're living a relatively charmed life.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're 100% right. Like that is a first world problem right there. It's like, oh goddamn it, they took out the fucking vein from Snickers. I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Exactly.
The normal people amongst us would be just like, okay, if they change anything else, it's still going to taste the same. Whatever. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Normal
Snickers
people
are
are like, okay, cool. It's gonna be smooth. All right.
it'll
That's
look
it.
just like
That should be the extent of. And everyone's like, oh, that's fake, cool. But man, that's the thing I love about it, is it pointing out who takes themselves way too fucking serious.
But guys, what if I accidentally open the new Snickers and a new Three Musketeers bar? How am I going to know the difference?
Oh.
The fucking wrapper that you opened.
Or
So wait, hold on. So what you're saying is you put both bars on like the table and somehow you drop them and they land on the floor or somewhere else and you're just like, which one's which?
At that point, it doesn't matter. You've opened up 2 fucking chocolate bars. You're gonna eat them both.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Like,
Do you have like a chocolate bar batting order that you have to adhere to? It's like, no, I've got to have the Snickers first because if I don't, it's just gonna fuck up my week.
And it must look like it was dipped in actual chocolate, hence the dick veins. If I do not see the dick vein dipped in chocolate look, I'm rioting.
What a great thing to riot over. Like, workplace abuse, social upheaval, the dick vein being removed from Snickers.
Yeah.
Welcome
I'd
to
love to see that
2022.
interview.
Yeah, no
I'd
shit.
love to see that interview, that man on the street thing. Some dude
Well-
fires a fucking brick through a window and sets a place on fire. Sir, what is your motivation here? Is it political? Nah, man, they took the dick vein out of the Snickers. Oh,
Listen,
okay.
man, I opened up my Snickers. It was smooth. Right? I don't like it like that.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a Snickers or somebody snuck in a Three Musketeers or maybe even a Zero bar. I don't want to fucking eat no Zero bar.
Shit, man, not a fucking zero bar. Anything but
What
a zero
is in
bar.
the zero bar?
Zero bar is just like, Zero bars. They're just it's a white chocolate peanut butter bar type thing. They're not offensive or bad. They're just not my go-to.
Yeah, when you want a Snickers and you get a zero bar, the definition of getting honey dicked. There you go, Dion.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows chocolate best is served as dark as possible.
So Dion, let's
Yes.
move on from chocolate candy bars. And the reason I picked you out is because it's time for you to pay up, buddy.
Hey, the movie has not come out yet.
There's footage.
That doesn't matter. It has to come out first.
Dude, hey. I'm on.
Animated
I'm on.
Spider-Man movie just got pushed. I owe nothing.
Yeah, I'm on Dion's side here. Like this footage of Bigfoot as well. That don't mean shit.
That's
We're
right.
trying to hustle, baby. That movie has to be premiere. It's coming out tonight. People go and see it. They're like, hey, I want to see some over-the-top John Cameron shit. And it starts. I ain't paying, and I definitely ain't paying that motherfucker on a goddamn trailer. You can believe that shit.
Yeah.
Well, Dion, your bet was the movie was never coming out. It's coming out this December. There's been footage at CinemaCon. I want the audience to know, folks, this is the bet. Dion bet $100 to Jesse that Avatar 2 was never going to come out. This bet was made in 2019 as the film was in production. But we all just accepted Dion's bet because who wouldn't? You know what? I'm going to bet, Nick, you're going to take this fucking bet. I bet you're going to give me $100 unless Doctor Strange comes out. Like, whatever. Like,
All right.
I mean, Nick, I would take that bet because Doctor Strange has not come out yet. There could always be a problem.
look, and it has to be America. It's not China or Saudi Arabia where they're going to not release the movie. We're talking domestically.
Damn.
Dude, it still could happen, man. That movie has not hit theaters yet. Take that bet.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's like Dion.
I don't want to bet my head.
But you're still winning.
I'm still exactly. I'm on the board right now. I'm still the other team got a couple points. We got a couple trailers, whatever. But listen, I want to see
Dion's horse. Dion's horse is like half a lap behind, but that horse leading the race, the Avatar coming out, could fall down and break its leg.
Half a lap behind me. There are a lot of people that were sure that Russ was coming out. Just saying.
You know what? Dion's even more correct now because what happens if James Cameron shoots somebody? What if he commits a hate crime? Everybody will pull his movie. They're just going to say, no, we are not going to put this movie out.
You mean an old white director says something racist? How could that ever happen, Kendo?
I mean, Twitter is all about free speech these days.
Wait, what? When did we get into the Twilight Zone?
James Cameron could be like, Elon Musk has bought Twitter. I can say everything I want. Let me say everything I've been thinking about the black people for the last 50 years, and that could be it.
But James Cameron
never comes out.
I mean, he's made movies. Never mind. We'll look it. It's time to return to Pandora. Disney rolled out the first footage from James Cameron's Avatar 2, the sequel to the sci-fi epic that once was the highest-grossing movie in the world until Avengers Endgame came along. But then Avengers Endgame was beaten by Avatar's re-release. So thanks, article, for not putting that in there. Now, Dion, I have great news.
What's that?
Sam Worthington is returning as Jake Sully, the human soldier who becomes the Na'vi, alongside Zoe Saldana as Neytiri. But there are also loads of new faces popping up. From Edie Falco to Michelle Yeoh to Kate Winslet, another James Cameron alum, Dion. She's been in the footage. She's here. Welcome to Avatar 2.
Yeah, listen, I think James Cameron's pulling himself an old UA bowl. This is all a drug smuggling, money laundering scheme. Listen, I don't trust that motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you right now.
Okay,
believe in Uncle Dion.
I believe in Uncle Dion. He never stepped in the wrong direction.
Avatar 2 can still not come out.
Now let's learn a little more about the film that might never come out, according to Dion. With the first Avatar, we set to push the limits of the big screen. With the new Avatar film, we're pushing those limits even farther with 3D, with high dynamic range, with high frame rate, higher resolution, and a much greater reality into our visual effects.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They're bringing back 3D for this bullshit? Oh, God.
I ain't paying for this. Fuck Avatar.
Yeah. Dion.
Yes.
I've got a great double or nothing for you.
Uh-oh.
So you've already bet that Avatar 2 is never coming out. Right now, we're still up in the air. It still may never come out. But if it does, double or nothing, there is references to the movie Titanic, or at least The Titanic by Kate Winslet in said movie.
Listen, if I were getting rumors of more punch laced with LSD, I might take that. But I'm riding it out. I'm riding it out.
So
plus, I already got to hear so-and-so's mouth just in case I'm wrong come Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just hedging. I'm sticking with it.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that was the double or nothing right there. Because I mean, who's to say she isn't gonna get fucking blue ass naked on the screen and go draw me like you draw your French girls, and then the fucking planet's gonna sink and she's not gonna get her fat ass off the door.
I don't know. Is Leo gonna be in this one as well, covered in blue paint?
It's a surprise.
No, he's too smart for this shit.
Thank God.
He's like, I'm a real actor.
That's true. I also feel bad for Zoe Saldana. She's been green and blue for the past like 2 or 3 years now. Like it must be just frustrating.
To be fair though, I was gonna say, to be fair, she looked really good in green because it was just her and some makeup. It wasn't like completely CGI over her.
That's true.
Right,
That's true.
Right. She looked weird as hell being all tall and shit in blue, but that's not her fault.
Now
it's true. Guys, I love also that same wedding. This is the only he's been living on fucking James Cameron's couch for like 10 years now, just doing these movies. That's all.
Would you complain if that's all you got? Because Clash of the Titans shit the bed.
Yeah,
his whole career shit the bed.
James Cameron pays you a lot of money to stay on his couch and act in his movies. There's a chance you might get to see some Hamilton fucking nudies.
That's
right. And plus, you're Sam Worthington. You don't have lines. All you do is yell the entire time. So
correct.
Really. Life is pretty fucking good. And Clash of the Titans didn't make a bunch of money, but they made Wrath of the Titans. And that's what fucked up.
Yeah. Plus, in the first movie, he actually got to, meet real actors like Stephen Lang and get their autographs.
So here's the plot, Dion. The film will introduce the offspring of Jake and Neytiri, as well as members of the Metkayina, a clan of Na'vi that dwell around oceanic reefs. That includes Cliff Curtis as Metkayina leader Tonawari and Winslet as the mysterious Ronald, spelled Ronald without a D. He says, while I'm making a movie, it's working with actors that I find the most rewarding, Cameron said. It's been an amazing adventure to explore Pandora again with our friends Zoe Saldana, Sam Worthington, Sigourney Weaver, and Stephen Lang, not to mention our new cast. And this incredibly group of talented teenagers, all of whom quickly distinguished themselves in their role. There we go. And then the footage was just underwater, soaring midair shots, lots of Na'vi, but the focus was on the family. I have a serious question, though.
I've got a question, too.
Ask your question first, because mine's going to go off on a tangent.
Okay, good. So I did not watch the first one more than like 5 minutes before I said, this is fucking stupid. I'm going in the other room. So this is about the kid that happened between the blue lady and the guy that wasn't a blue guy that became a blue guy, right?
Wait, ask that again? Sorry.
So this movie, it said the kid of the two people.
Yeah.
Is that the blue chick and the guy that became a blue guy?
Yes.
Now, am I wrong in saying that he wasn't made into a blue guy? He was like a simulation or some shit like that, and he was like living in like a CGI blue guy body?
No.
That's what I remember.
It was a body. So like they grew a body for him, and then but to operate it, he was in this headset thing, but then that was the end of the movie. Was like they transferred his mind at the tree to the and that's the end of the movie, is his eyes opening up in the body, because the body was made with like his twin brother genetics, but his twin brother died, and that's how he wheeled his ass into the movie. So he should be straight blue man group in this movie. He is Natiri or whatever, or Navi, whatever.
But it's not like an authentic blue man body. It's a manufactured one, right?
Correct.
So
Yes.
How would he make a blue man person with this person? Because if they're different, if they're like completely different species, like you can't go fuck like an orangutan or something.
Well, it's not. It's
They take it from their cousins. I guess from what I recall, they legitimately grew a body from using his brother's DNA and the locals' DNA. So it's a legit. I'm guessing a legit.
That's weird.
It's a biological clone, and it's not like a robotic.
Well, that sounds fucking stupid. It's like trying to bang somebody from another continent. I would never do such a thing.
No, who would, Nendo? Who would?
It would never work.
So what's I just wanted to say this though about Avatar, because it's a serious question. Avatar made all of its money from being this gimmicky 3D movie that really isn't that good. Let's just fucking put it on the table. If you like Avatar, awesome, more power to you. Thanks for coming to the show. But let's analyze Avatar a little deeper. It's a basic bitch of a movie. It has very little plot. It's essentially Pocahontas or Dances with Wolves or Ferngully with CGI. They're selling me better CGI, 3D, higher frame rate. What is this, an Xbox? Like, you're selling me a video game. I'll go buy a video game and play it instead of this, because we've reached a point where technology, like, it's not a big deal to go see these wonderful worlds on screen anymore, because every movie's got these wonderful worlds. It's just code in a computer at this point. This movie's going to look about as intense as the new Matrix movie. It looked nice, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an unfair way of looking at it. I mean, again, and it looks great, right? So it's, like you said, it's not necessarily groundbreaking. The issue with Avatar was always the story, and it was just literally, an A plus B equals C movie, and there wasn't a whole lot of interesting stuff. It was a lot of a retread of a movie, and and then it, besides the fact that the marketing was also off the fucking rails, and then obviously they opened up a Pandora world at Disney World and all this other shit. So Avatar was like, hey, let's make a movie that looks awesome, but it's made in the computer, it's written in the computer, and it's cast by a computer. Like, it's just one of those, it's just one of those movies that was made to print money, So, people, and again, that's not to say that, hey, if you like it, that's cool, but there's nothing about that movie that's specific to it. There's nothing about it that makes it necessarily groundbreaking, and even the scope of the movie, it didn't bring anything to the table, and the proof in the pudding of that is who talks about Avatar and how awesome it is. Yeah, it made the most money. I mean, sure, yeah, it hedged its bets on the whole 3D thing, but culturally speaking, no one was talking about how it changed how people look at film. You're not going to see anyone be like, yeah, man, I fucking went to film school because I watched Avatar. Like, it's just, you don't hear about it.
James
Dick,
Cameron
any
went
thoughts
to
on the matter?
I'll give you this, okay. I'm looking at like the the movies for that year, and like how much money they made, the top grossing movies. I feel like Up, which is in number 3, has more cultural significance. It has had more cultural significance than Avatar.
Better fucking story too.
The Hangover, the new Star Trek that came out, that's in the
Far
top.
better story.
Yeah, that's in the first the top 10. The funny thing is that another Sam Worthington movie came out this year as well. It was Terminator Salvation. Yeah, that's weird. Like District 9, like District 9, that had more cultural significance. That director had more cultural significance than this movie did. Hell,
did you guys ever...
the first Taken came out in 2009.
It's one of the best
movie of the bunch.
Yeah,
so, I
mean,
like, if you look at the list of movies that came out that year, they had way more cultural significance than this movie has had. Yes, it made a lot of money. Yes, it was a honey dick at the box office, and it was this whole big thing. But nobody remembers it. Nobody cares about the characters, the costumes, the lore, none of that shit. Like I'm pretty sure you can buy all the toys for like all of them in one box for probably like $10 or $12 on eBay. Like, nobody wants them.
I'll look that up right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was an overhyped movie with a fucking gimmick, is all it was. And you know what? I remember when this movie came out, and all the people were screaming about how wonderful fucking what was it called? Fucking Pandora or whatever it was called, and all the Na'vi were, and they wish they would be them. We're gonna have to deal with that same shit all over again come December. The same people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's such a peaceful, wonderful place." It's like, bitch, it ain't real.
No, it's not. I'm upset though because James Cameron makes less interesting films. He used to be making Terminator and The Abyss and fucking, I almost said Total Recall, but no, not Total Recall. True Lies. He's making, even Titanic is somewhat interesting compared to Avatar.
But no, man, what he should have made? He should have made True Lies 2. In all honesty, he should have made that like 2 3 years ago, not 2 3 years ago, but
or Titanic 2.
Yeah, where they raised the boat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just
hey guys,
movie that they created like 40 years ago about raising the Titanic, except for make it more successful, and it keeps going. They raised it, and then like, all right, we raised it up, we patched it up, and we're gonna bring this baby into port like it's supposed to, and then it fucking hits a different iceberg and sinks again. And you're like, damn it! Well, now I got to make Titanic 3.
That would be the most James Cameron thing.
Yeah, the boat sinks again. You got to fucking raise it back up.
Yo,
well, I mean, this is also the man who got to start making Piranha 2 Flying Piranha.
Yeah.
Don't anybody forget that.
That was probably a fun movie.
It is, because like Piranha 1 was done by Roger Corman, so Cameron went in there and did part 2.
So joke's on us. The Avatar toys all went up in value because nobody ever bought them. The figures go for like $40 a piece.
That's still not bad though. That's still not bad.
Scarcity thing.
They're 3 3/4 inch. They look like shit, and they were like $9 when they came out. Why would anyone spend $58 on James Cameron, the Avatar, Jake Sully with Final Battle Warrior?
Maybe they're only like raised up in price because people know the movie's coming out, and they're like, "Hey, if we jack these up now, once the movie hits and people are all the fucking sex nuts and retards strong for this movie, we're gonna be all like, oh, I gotta have these action figures from the first one because I'm Avatared now. I missed the first one. I'm in on the second though."
Dude, God. You're not wrong about that train of thought though, because when Spider-Man came out, people were dropping serious money on like 2004 Spider-Man 2 action figures. I made a comment in a group about having a couple from back in the day. The guy's like, "I'll give you $100 for one." People go nuts when a movie comes out. They just throw it. Like, I gotta have everything from it. It's like, cool, good for you. But yeah, Avatar 2, Dion, be ready to throw that $100 away.
And ain't out yet, Dion.
I see showtimes, motherfucker.
Dion or James Cameron could say some stupid shit on the internet. We still got time.
That's true. I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting for him to say something sexist, I got racist or whatever.
He could say something. He could get canceled. He could get spotted with a Cabana Boy. We don't know. There's always
what'll happen
with the Cabana Boy.
He'll get in trouble. He'll get canceled. Elon Musk will buy Disney and re-release Avatar 6 weeks early just to fuck with Dion.
Turned out that Elon Musk was a huge fan of our show the entire time.
I highly doubt that our favorite African Americans got that much money.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. If you can afford Twitter, you can afford Dion.
He overpaid for Twitter.
Well,
see the
that
stuff he can afford
just
to
shows
do
you how much he wanted to force their hand into buying it. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Dion, do me a favor. Pick a number between 1 and 69, please.
Give me a solid 5-0.
So, folks, we have a bunch of super chats tonight, so we're going to read some of those now and keep this show rolling. First, we'd like to thank Cesario Japan, or Caesar Jorpin as he's known. He says, funny, Twitter banning the Babylon Bee and Elon Musk taking notice and talking to him about it triggered the most expensive act of censorship ever. I didn't realize that's how it started.
Or the most expensive act of trolling the shit out of people ever.
Dude, he's trolling the fuck out of Bill Gates right now. It's hilarious.
Dude, he's trolling Bezos too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, he's I mean, he's also trolling the people like the higher ups at Twitter as well too, inadvertently, but also intentionally by buying the company, because those people were fucking wigging out, and it is amazing.
I heard the lawyer cried.
Yeah. The lawyer cried when talking about. Dude, there's a lot of people right now at Twitter that were very happy fucking sitting around all day on those fucking big ass like rubber balls that people sit on at like therapy and shit like that, playing with their little fucking wireless computer laptops and fucking keyboards and just screamed about all the things that they were doing. And then Elon Musk walks in, fucking pulls his big dick out and just slaps it on the table, and all these people are fucking freaking out because they're about to have no jobs. It is awesome.
Oh, man.
I love it. Now, folks, thank you, Cesario Japan. That we were going to get, like I said, we were going to talk about Elon Musk as a full topic in just a few moments. Shrubbles08 says, the word of the day is dookie. Amber does dookie. How Amber got her dookie back in Star Wars, The Rise of Dookie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the topics, folks, what we're going to be doing with these words of the day is we're going to reset the counter. We're going to pick some fun words, and then we're going to put some film title shirts out there. So we'll have a vote. So let's say we do Dookie and we do Hot Tub Dookie Machine. I would make a Hot Tub Dookie Machine shirt in the style of Hot Tub Time Machine. And it would be for those in the know. So that's what we're going to eventually do with word of the day. So we'll make the official announcement when the words have been reset. And if you used butt or poop or dungus or whatever, dong, reuse it. Because The Day the Dong Stood Still is a good film title. Do you think Keanu Reeves would star in that?
Probably. I don't know.
It's got to be better than The Matrix Resurrections. S.A. Troubles08 says, also, all right, guys, what do you got for your Dookie titles?
A fistful of Dookie.
A few Dookies more.
Is this a Green Day album?
The band, the Dookie.
Field of Dookie.
Dookie was a Green Day album. It was the first one to put them on the map. They had two before that, but that was the one that hit them into the mainstream, and then they went fucking weird.
You have a favorite Green Day song?
No.
Me neither. I don't like Green Day.
I used to. Like back in my early teenage angst years, I was like, Green Day's awesome. I like Green Day. And then I got a little bit older and somebody's like, hey, check out this album. It's from a band called Megadeth. And my life changed. I'm like, Green Day, they suck.
I don't know. When Bush was president, they went a little hard in the paint in that area, and I was kind of like, really? This is what we're gonna have for the next little bit? Oh God.
Yeah, their way of fighting for democracy and the right side of thinking was put on guy liner and skinny jeans. It's like, yeah, that's not a winning formula, boys.
And then charge more for all their shit. Yeah, that's how we're gonna fight the power.
I was so tired of American Idiot, it made me want to puke. If I hear fucking Boulevard of
Oh
Broken
my
Dreams
God,
one more
dude.
time,
I fucking hate that album so much because of that bullshit. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, wake me up when September ends. No, wake me up when they're all dead and they're not going to make bad music anymore.
I don't think they've made an album in like a decade, so
good.
We're okay. Now, S.A. Troubles08 also asks for the Joe Rogan battle shits and the Joe Rogan high as fuck, please. Well, ask and you shall receive here on WCBS. So first off, you wanted the Joe Rogan experience. So here you go.
Did you see? So have you ever done DMT?
Love it. And then the Joe Rogan high as fuck you asked for.
Imagine if you gave a white supremacist 5-MeO DMT and then as the first one, as they're exhaling.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What a rush!
I thought of another film title, A Dookie in Connecticut. We've never done a haunting in Connecticut, so
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like Judge Dookie more.
I do too. How about Paul Blart Mall Dookie?
That's a
Or
good one.
Dookie Cop?
Haunting in Connecticut is actually a really good movie. That's one of my favorites.
The Girl with the Dookie Tattoo is your favorite movie?
No, Haunting in Connecticut. The Girl with the Dookie Tattoo. Oh God.
A Haunting in the Dookie.
That's a way different movie.
Yeah,
Well-
that just sounds like some really dumb angsty girl getting a tattoo to like fuck with her parents, and then she gets like the shit emoji.
Well, she can get the
Like it's
Wolfbusters
a
logo
tramp
tattoo.
stamp. Like that's what she gets.
Dude, the
All right.
fucking fucked up part is I guarantee there are some of those that exist out there.
All right, guys, you meet your dream woman. She's got everything. The perfect look, the body. She's cool, but she's got a tramp stamp of a turd. Do you keep her?
How much does she bring home a year?
Them sugar
70%
walls.
of what you make.
She brings the sugar walls home.
If that's okay, now can I make her or have her remove it? That's the other question.
No, this isn't weird science, dude. You got to look at that Dookie tattoo every single day.
If that's literally it, I'm okay.
Yeah, I can live
agree.
with that, depending
Yeah,
on her job. If she's fucking frying up, burgers at McDonald's and be like,
What if
I
it's
can still
Whataburger?
probably do this. Oh, it's Whataburger. Yeah, never mind. All bets are off. Like, honey, you work at Whataburger and I love you.
Now, TLJ Screwjob has a really good question. He says, I've asked you guys why we should watch your worst movies, but why should people not watch your favorite movies? This is a good question. And it's kind of hard.
Well,
Because
the
shouldn't watch
easy
Back to the
answer.
Future. What's your answer?
Well, the easy answer is don't watch my favorite movies because you might not like it as much as I do, and then that'll be a point of contention between the two of us.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a decent reason. Yeah.
I don't think people, honestly, here's reasons why you shouldn't watch some of my favorite movies. If you're of a certain age and you don't like shit from the past, you should not watch old movies like Back to the Future and Beverly Hills Cop. You shouldn't watch movies like Batman 89. You shouldn't watch movies that were made before the modern era that you may not like because, well, they were made poorly back then. No, these movies were at the forefront of technology. Shit changes. I'm of the age of the digital age. I grew up in the 90s, so Jurassic Park was practical and CGI. But I would honestly say that to certain people. Like, I would tell, like, I don't know, if somebody comes up to the table and starts talking to us, and I'm, they're of a certain age, I'd tell them not to watch Beverly Hills Cop and all this shit, because I just don't think it's for everybody. You interact with a lot of people at these shows and stuff, and you see how different people can truly be from you. And TLJ Screwjob, I actually like that question, because it would never be why my favorite movies suck. It's why I just, it might not be for you is my whole thesis.
If there's a big generational gap, then yeah, they won't get it. They won't understand the references, and they won't like it because it's not new and shiny like the Marvel movies are.
Well, dude, speaking of Marvel movies, Spider-Man just got censored because that homophobic line was offensive, the Bonesaw line. That's why I pressed the Bonesaw button tonight.
Oh God.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it made me think of this post I had seen on Facebook where a woman said, I showed my kid the Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. And it was the whole thing about, it's a story about a girl that gets drunk and raped and all this shit. And it's like, people are just like the younger generation, like they'll overanalyze the story or look too deep into it.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't I wouldn't even show this current generation Animal House. Like they would fucking get triggered real hard from it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't understand like how fucking college was back then, and like this is a joke,
or how college is now if you go to the right parts of college.
That's true.
I mean, Dion and I lived some Animal House shit in college.
Yeah, so did I. Nobody cared.
And
Great times, man.
Yeah, and it probably died with you guys. After that, everything went fucking terrible.
We are the reason everything died, Dion.
We're just gonna have to go back to college. We're gonna have to bring it back. So
that is an idea I have kicking around in my head for stories.
I know, but I'm thinking for like real life, we should look into that. We should just go back to school, say, fuck it. We all, we want to be undergraduates again. I don't care that we have, we should be in grad school. We want to be undergraduates again. And then we just go to like a really cool place like ASU or something like that, like a party school. And, be like, guys, this is how you're supposed to party. You don't sit around drinking, weird, juice concoctions and talking about your feelings. You get fucking hammered, you play games, and you try to, pick up chicks.
Are we making old school?
So it's basically going to be our version of Beer Fest in a weird way.
Yeah, but we're gonna show like this new generation how it's be like, you guys are fucking missing out on your college experience. College is not about going away from home for the first time ever, away from your parents, and bitching about your feelings. College is about going away from your parents and fucking going nuts and enjoying the shit out of it.
Or bitching about all the world's problems at once and just having it weigh on you while you try to do your fucking classes. It's like that's not fucking college.
Yeah.
So are we gonna dig up Rodney Dangerfield for this movie?
Oh shit.
Yes, is that a question?
Shit.
I mean, there's plenty of Home Depots. We can get some shovels.
Yeah, jeez.
Look, I know it's very similar to he said that's the plot of Old School. I was thinking he said Back to School. I was thinking like, wait, is that the plot of Back to School as well? Because
kind of.
If we were to do our own spin on Back to School, would you want to cast Robert Downey Jr. in it since he's the original one?
Yes.
I think it'd be really fucking funny to have Robert Downey Jr. in a movie where he's like obviously the side character, but he's the biggest star in the world. So every time the camera gets ready to pan to him and the audience is ready to hear him talk, like the other character cuts him off. I think people would like that. I'd laugh.
I don't know. But if our idea of saving colleges is the same as the plot to Old School, it just shows that another fucking Luke Wilson movie from the mid-2000s was prophetic about the times that were coming.
Yeah.
Is that colleges are going fucking stupid as shit and people don't know how to do college right anymore.
So wait, is the one about him and Will Ferrell like being old and getting jobs at Google kind of the same thing as well?
Maybe.
That's Vince Vaughn.
Oh, it's Vince Vaughn? Okay.
No,
I get it.
that was them going to Google, right?
Yeah.
That trailer sucked.
It was.
It did not look like a good movie at all.
No. So a few more, then we're going to start talking about Elon Musk, the new owner of Twitter, and everything feels a little different these days now. TLJ Screwjob, though, thank you very much for that. By the way, I think it's Mycroft Holmes in the chat. Yeah, I did say Beverly Hills Cop was an old movie. That's what people would say. And I guess I'll rephrase it, because when I'm talking to this younger generation in hypothetical, excuse me, I wouldn't show the younger generation any of my favorite movies that aren't from the 90s on, because I interact with people that are about 15, 16 in my family, and when you talk about certain things, they kind of act like Tom Holland in Civil War when he's like, "You ever heard of that old movie, The Empire Strikes Back?" And you're just like, "Oh, okay." That movie was.
Dude, you couldn't even show this current generation Porky's. Like they wouldn't understand it.
I mean, to be fair, Beverly Hills Cop is 38 years old. It's kind of an old movie at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, you know what else they couldn't make today, or people would get offended by, is Revenge of the Nerds.
100%. Yeah, you couldn't show them that, and like I feel bad because I love both those movies. The first two are fucking amazing. They're so good.
Folks, if you want to hear us talk about Revenge of the Nerds, we have a commentary over on our Patreon page.
We do.
Listen to that. I think we get pretty drunk for that too, don't we, boys?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yep, we did.
That's how we do it. Now, our friend Primer, thank you very much, says, bit of a non sequitur, but a sneak peek of Avatar 2 premiered at CinemaCon. The official title, I'm glad I didn't read this one, is Avatar: The Way of Water. It's still scheduled for December 2022 release. Jesse's getting paid, Dion.
Shit, it's not bad that we just figured out the name of it fucking 8 months away, but that's cool, dude.
Hey, it ain't out yet.
Well, come this December, Dion.
Listen, man, DC recently pushed back a bunch of their movies too. Okay, like I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Right.
Now, for the audience, I'm on Dion's side. I don't want Jesse to get paid. I want there to be some kind of cosmic event where James Cameron Avatar.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure the audience is on my side too.
Yeah. Can somebody get some of their hacker friends over to do something and just delete the video off of Cameron's
Hey, North Korea, what you doing? I got a job for you.
I'm gonna make a Twitter poll right now to see whose side the audience is on.
Please do. Make sure you make it like a week long or something.
I will.
Pretty sure the audience would not be upset if I didn't have to pay Jesse.
No, not at all. And I want. Hold on. If you have these hacker friends that are going to go delete the code, maybe they could program us into the movie. So, like, randomly, when people in, like, I don't know, Idaho are going to see Avatar 2 in early January, like a WCVS commercial pops up.
That would be funny. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god. Yeah. The Physics channel with Kenny Lee, even though this isn't a super chat, he says this generation can't handle 70s through 90s movies.
No, man.
No.
Nope.
Doesn't it feel weird saying this as we're still on the younger side of life? You know, or nobody's 35 yet, right?
No. Luckily, not me.
So, yeah, me neither. But my point is, dude, like, it's weird. Like, if let's say a younger person's like, I want you to show me a movie that you think I'll like. Of my personal favorites, I might put on like Avengers: Infinity War or something for him to like. And I'm talking like an older teenager too. I basically treat him like a kid, where it's like, oh, you want this whatever movie? I'm gonna sit you down and put you in front of an Avengers movie, because like even the most basic stuff seems offensive, or they're just not getting it anymore. Like you brought up Animal House. Look at the Blues Brothers. You couldn't make the Blues Brothers because the Illinois Nazi part would offend people.
That's true. That's very true.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Primer, thank you very much, though. Samurai Vader says, "Hello, Dion. How are you, my Snicker? Ow, my leg."
That definitely would warrant a leg kick.
Shawn Michaels style? Oh, wait, no. Dude love. Sweet shin music. Primer says,
All right, poll is live.
All right. So what is the Twitter poll exactly, Kendo?
So the Twitter poll says, who do you want to see win in Dion's bet with @JesseMilestone over whether or not #Avatar 2 will ever be released? Parentheses, note, this bet is for $100 and made during Avatar 2 going into production. Your choices are Dion, it isn't coming out, or Jesse, it's coming out.
Wait, did you hit send yet?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, you should have put for Jesse's quote, "Pay me, bitch."
Jesse can. I tagged her in the tweet. She can just she can fucking get into that on her own and just tweet at Dion, "Pay me, bitch." So I'm gonna go ahead and vote for Dion. It's not coming out. I'm on his side here.
Let's see, where is that?
I am on Dion's side because I don't want Avatar 2 to
Dion.
come out. I want something bad to happen to where this movie just
People's
can't
champion.
come out.
Doesn't matter if I get the gold, baby. I'm the people's champ.
You're not The Rock.
Don't lie to
Damn.
yourself. Don't
shut your mouth, you thong wearing fatty.
I'm on Dion's side for the simple principle of bros before hoes. No offense. And if me and the old lady got into a contested divorce, I'd hope you guys would take my side as well. So
Oh, of course. Every time, man. Every time.
or in any disagreement the two of us ever have, I want you to be on my side, regardless of whether or not I am wrong.
Kendo?
We're not putting that bad juju on you this early in your pops career. But I will say, if I gotta choose before if I'm going with mom or dad, I'm picking dad in this case.
Thank you.
Same.
That's for sure. Yeah, you definitely want to pick that in this case.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is, am I saying that I really want Avatar 2 not to come out? That's part of it. I don't really care. I got no dog in the fight, but Dion's my friend, and I got his back.
Yeah. I already voted for you in the poll, man. I'm just saying. So we'll see what happens with it. But
People shit.
I'm going down with Dion at his hypothetical Titanic.
Are we?
We're the fucking four, the violin players. And Avatar, the opening screen comes on and the music starts, and the four of us are just playing, going down in the water. God damn it!
Yeah, look,
It's been an honor,
this
gentlemen.
doesn't count. This doesn't count. The whole movie hasn't shown yet.
Hey, Dion,
Clearly I'm playing bass.
do you want to go see this movie? I'll be in town for New Year's.
I mean, we might as well. Fuck.
You should take us all to the movie.
just Jeff, if the movie comes out this year and you do go see it, make sure you videotape Dion paying Jesse.
Oh, I will. It'll be well
That's all I
documented.
want.
Dion, you truly are the king of the world.
Listen, people's champion. Don't ever forget it.
Yeah, so folks, go to our Twitter and please vote, and also retweet the the question as well.
Yeah. Now let's start talking about Elon Musk, since we keep talking about all this Twitter. I haven't talked about social media this much ever even when we were in college and I was on Facebook way more. I've never spent as much time talking about social media as I have this week because Elon Musk, the world's richest man, has bought Twitter for $44 billion. And it's been glorious. I don't have a stake in Twitter. I don't own the stock. I don't do blah, blah, blah. I'm not a part of it. But we are affected by the bullshit that Twitter has created, the cesspool, the hole that it still is, because it hasn't been fixed yet. It's just been 2 days. But I'm taking the approach that this is good for us, at least on this channel, because we've dealt with Twitter fuckery and the bullshit, the very vague terms. I'm hoping to get, a new day on Twitter for us.
I mean, yeah, it's
yeah, man, definitely.
I think everyone that has a sense of humor can agree that it is hilarious watching so many people freak out about Elon buying Twitter. Right? That shit is unbelievably funny. You know, the people whose allegiances blow in the wind. Right? You know, obviously we've been around with the recent Joe Rogan stuff, and people conveniently forgot that 5, 6, 7 years ago he was on shows like the Young Turks, right? So he stopped being the flavor of the month. People were mad at him, and then obviously people being mad at the Babylon Bee, this, that, and the other thing, right? So to see, especially when Elon got very verbal about Twitter, and then Twitter didn't help itself in any way, shape, or form. So to see all those people react when he was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking put in a price for Twitter. He got it together, made an offer, and apparently they accepted it. To see that is undoubtedly fucking hilarious. Unbelievably fucking hilarious. We were talking about earlier about people taking themselves too seriously. Yeah, damn, man. Twitter has been hilarious for those of us who think all this shit is hilarious.
Now, Dion.
Yes.
Let's start. I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to ask Nick and Kendo this question as well. What were your initial thoughts when the news broke?
Elon is playing these fools. He's going to make a lot of fucking money.
Nick?
I think he bought it at a really good time because they're starting to do a lot of stuff with it. They wanted to, kind of rival Clubhouse with Spaces. And they have their own what was it? Their membership program as well, super followers. You can they're trying to get tips going through it as well. They have a newsletter thing as well for also super followers and people who pay to follow certain accounts. So I think he bought it at a really good time when Twitter's slowly building the creator economy, and with him owning it, hopefully with him owning it, he still goes that direction, but even in like a better way, and makes it rival every other social media platform to where people can really create and really get paid for it properly instead of this like bullshit 55-45% bullshit, and then like, oh, only this much and we take out so much out of this and this, that, the other. It's just kind of like, I hope he refines that to a point where it becomes a thing to become a Twitter influencer or somebody on there to actually make money on. And I hope that he's transparent with the algorithm and a bunch of other stuff as well going forward, but we'll see.
I do too. Kendo, your initial thoughts?
I got my bucket ready so I could catch all the fucking tears because I knew they were going to be hilarious. I'm like, this is going to be amazing because I have seen the evolution of the Musk, if you will, where he was the darling of one specific side of the table. And slowly he's turned into be this evil, bad, horrible person just because he does a couple things that they don't like, even though he's done a bunch of things they do like. And I'm like, oh, God, this is going to be glorious. Let me start sharpening the knives.
Funny how that works out, isn't it?
Right.
Dude. One thing I love, I remember there's a documentary about him on Netflix, I think, about, him starting SpaceX. Where in the beginning, everything kept exploding off the launch pad and he couldn't get them to land correctly and all this other stuff. And everyone's like, there's no way you'll be able to make a reusable rocket that comes back down to Earth under power and land perfectly. And he's like, watch me, bitch.
Yeah.
And he
NASA did
it. NASA did it, but it cost them billions of dollars. He did it at a ridiculous reduction. And by doing so, he's even charged NASA less. So the space program is even cheaper now because of him. He saved America so much money by going through his by going through SpaceX.
That's kind of one of those private enterprises versus government bureaucracy nonsense things. But yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I mean, and I think I think a billionaire, owning one of these companies is, it's just like, it's been par for the course. Like, you have Microsoft owned, they have MSNBC, and then Bezos has the Washington Post. So Musk getting Twitter is kind of like, it's how these things go.
I didn't realize that Musk was a co-founder of PayPal.
Yep.
That was I use PayPal every day. I didn't realize that.
Because I think when, he sold the shares or got out somehow, and he had a bunch of money left over, and he's like, I'm gonna go to space.
Yeah, which I love how that like just really pissed people off. It's like him and Bezos, they all had their fucking dick rockets to go to race each other into space, and suddenly everybody got all pissed off because space was no longer this glorious thing. And what these people did with their own private money was so now such a big deal. It's because like they should be feeding the hungry with this money. It's like it's their
oh my god,
money.
I remember that was a thing a couple days ago. It's like, $44 billion. How many hungry could you feed? It's like, and they were all blue check marks. I was like, how about you give some? How about since you have extra money, you give it to the fucking hungry? Go give it to a food bank in your area. Do some of that
because it's more important that they say it on Twitter than actually do it, Nick. Okay,
I 100%.
It's about the message that you put out there, not the actions that you do.
Yeah. And therein lies the problem. It's like, blame him for not feeding the fucking hungry. Like, he employs a lot of people. That's what he does. He employs a lot of people, gives them jobs, gives them well-paying jobs. I mean, come on now. His companies are growing constantly.
But Nick, you pay more taxes than Elon Musk does.
Actually, he paid $8 billion in tax, I think, last year or this year.
Hey, you're not supposed to say that part out loud. You're just supposed to go, yeah, that's right. That's right. He's a bad
because he sold some shares and he made some money and he had to pay. And then I love when that came to light, and then everyone's like, oh, why didn't you pay more? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They don't have it, so they're mad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can always send the IRS more money. They're not going to get upset about that. They're going to be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, well then you need to be mad at the government for spending it properly. Then be mad at them for not putting it where it needs to go. Then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Yeah.
Now, what do you guys? I mean, obviously, we're talking about some of the reactions, and I've seen tons and tons of great ones. But do you think the conversation's been? Who's he going to bring back? Who's the banned people that are going to get reinstated on Twitter? You think you're going to see Donald Trump and all these people that have been previously banned, or do you think it's going to just stay the same way it is now?
He's definitely going to bring people back. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. Elon likes fucking money. I know. The thing that's just as funny about people who are so mad about it is everyone that's like, he loves free speech. No, motherfucker, he likes billions of fucking dollars. And, he's going to do what, if that means bringing certain people back to the platform so that their followers come back, that he brings back all those people that got banned so that advertisers come back to Twitter so he can make money and eventually, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but eventually fucking get rid of it and sell it off. That's exactly what he's going to fucking do. He's if Vince McMahon had a little bit better long-term strategy, he'd be a lot closer to Elon Musk. The dude, he might not bring them all back, but he's bringing just enough back to where people bring those damn accounts back so he can make some motherfucking coins, son.
Yeah, right. And here's the funny thing. According to the numbers, there are more daily users on Snapchat than on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he saw Twitter was at a vulnerable position, and he's like, I can get it for this price, and I guarantee you in X number of years, 5 or whatever, it's going to be worth this much, and then I can sell it, because that's all this is. And it's one of my favorite things is like you're seeing like all these people post these like messages on Twitter that would have gotten them banned or suspended not too long ago, and all these other people like I suddenly gained like 20,000 people, and people are like, oh, that's because now that democracy is dead, the fucking right wing is coming back to Twitter. It's like, no, it's probably because there's a lot of fucking paper shredding going on at Twitter headquarters because they don't want this, the people to finally get transparency and see what's been going on and how they've been fucking with the algorithm to screw over as many people as they want. Whoever they decide they want to fuck is who they're deciding they're going to fuck. It doesn't matter political allegiance. All you got to do is say something they don't like.
Yeah, and also I think this was the bastion of the SJWs and things like that. Twitter has been for the past 5 or 6 years, and I think seeing it bought by him and seeing them freak out, I'm with you. I'm right there with you, Kendo. I'm catching those tears in the bucket, man. It's glorious.
When he came out and said pronouns suck, he pissed off a substantial amount of Twitter users.
100%.
Well, Twitter has been a gold mine for a lot of takes here on YouTube. We've talked about it for years. We've had Twitter battles. We're not really that kind of a channel to get into that shit. Other channels that we're friends with definitely have. It's been entertaining to watch Ethan go into Twitter battles with people. And a lot of people like Cecil have been banned on Twitter for crazy shit. I want, like, our buddy Pete. He's had a lot of bans too. I know mostly from the old book. But I want to.
Yeah,
he
spends a lot of time in Zuckerberg penitentiary, not so much in the fucking Twitter principle.
Well, I mean, and even then, like, fucking Facebook is dying. What is it? They lost so much money and so many subscribers a few months ago. That's what they reported on. And it's like if Elon can fucking like defibrillate fucking Twitter and make it into a thing again and make it viable and make it fun and make it good. Then all the other social media platforms are going to crap their pants.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that brings up a very fun point. Everyone is all pissy about Elon Musk buying Twitter and saying that's the end of democracy and free speech, too much power in one person's hand. But they don't say anything about Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Who's been selling our data since fucking, like, what, 07, 08?
To be fair, Facebook has been getting a lot of flack here lately.
They do.
Deserve it.
They deserve every bit. But they don't go as hard
every fucking second of it, right? Facebook is
no one's called Zuckerberg a white supremacist. They're calling Elon Musk that.
Right. So just
is
to
it
be
because
fair,
he's an African American, Kendo?
I think so.
So Facebook has been getting a lot of just bullshit.
Yeah, Elon Musk is my second favorite African American.
Which, by the way, dude,
I
was gonna say those Twitter threads, folks. Go check out Terrence Howard. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Terrence Howard knows how to play the game, and he is trolling the shit out of people on Twitter recently.
Oh god, dude, the hashtag Twitter sold the hashtag Twitter sold as soon as it happened, and I went to that hashtag. Oh, it was glorious. Just like the tears and bullshit and the amount of tweets that came out. Yes. Oh my god, it was just.
My favorite is the fucking the rope-a-doping people have to do around the term African American right now. It is just they're like, he is not. He's blah 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 blah. It's like, the dude is from Africa. He's an American citizen. He's literally African American.
It's almost as if they never really had a full grasp on that term in the first place.
Dion, I wonder if that could be the case.
Right, Brother Jeff?
Right, Brother Dion, Mr. Cleo, the man himself. Never mind. That's a topic for another time because that's a fucking hour of history and other stuff. But I can read just like a lot of people, and I've been reading articles talking about Elon Musk and his Twitter takeover, and I can see some very strong language in what's not even traditionally reputable journalism, but what I would consider just a source that should be normal. The Washington Post says 2 days after striking a deal with Elon Musk used his powerful Twitter account to elevate conservative criticism of two executives at the social company, roiling a workforce already uneasy about how he will balance his abrasive social media style and embrace the free speech of stewardship in the company. And then I love how Bezos is like, write an article against Musk right now. Put it in all those fucking newspapers. I love it. Yeah, I'm interested. I feel like the Joker. I'm not like over here like throwing my hands up in the air, going, "Oh my God, we're free," and this and that. I'm like, we will benefit from this, and I want to
just kind of you just kind of
the
love
world
watching
is
the world
burning and it's glorious.
Yeah, you kind of love watching the world burn a little bit. It's like, yeah, cool.
That's what it is for me. I'm enjoying this. It almost feels like a rich troll job. That's it.
Oh, it is, man. It is.
Hey, listen, this is a business investment. I love the idea that it's a troll job, but this is someone that's like, hey, controversy breeds dollars, baby.
Well,
and
Dion,
he's doing his thing.
I think that almost goes without saying at this point.
Right.
This is the trolling is just a byproduct because you wouldn't have. Look, if you could make whatever a couple $100 billion trolling on the internet, how many stupid people would be the richest people on the planet? I mean, the chick that invented the smooth Snickers would be a legendary troll at this point. So, like, I understand that he's always going to focus on, the business aspect, whatever. But, it's just interesting to see that the byproduct of that is hilarity. You don't see very many businesses. Like, when Disney bought Fox, you had people question monopolistic practices, but you didn't have people, pulling the shit they are with Twitter. So it's interesting. It's all fun for me. I am excited to see how far the shit show can go and the positive benefits for us.
No, definitely. Yeah. I hope he makes it a good creator economy, an equal one, and makes it fair, makes it, viable for people to actually use to do those things. But we will see. We will see what happens with it.
And anybody that's out there that doesn't like it, I've just got one thing to say to you: go build your own Twitter, then.
Or you know what? Go back to fucking Tumblr. Or you know what? MySpace is still a thing. Go back to that.
Dude, the fact that some people was like, "Guess we gotta go back to Tumblr." I'm like, who was fucking not Vox, but there was some opinion article. It was Vox or Esquire or something. And sure enough, guess we have to go back to Tumblr. It's like, who in their right fucking mind offers that up and it's not bullshit? Like, no, I promise you, nobody who's even mad about it's like, yeah, man, I'm going back to Tumblr. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's the best social media. MySpace is. We all migrated to Facebook for a reason, so let's migrate back. I wonder if this is going to be like a hipster thing where it's like, hey, we're fighting the man, so we're going back to Tom, and it's like,
I mean, Tom never fucked us over.
True.
That's true. That's very true.
Plus,
he was there for us
too, and got the fuck out of there. Got out of Dodge.
Yeah.
He was like, how much? Here, take it. I'm out.
You could put videos on your page, and you could have your own songs to play whenever people came, and you didn't get copyright strikes for it. Tom was cool. We did not appreciate Tom as much as we should. We turned our backs on Tom, and he didn't deserve that.
Well, he turned his back on us as well by selling out and then just being like, all right, I'm gonna go travel the world and enjoy my fucking money.
I mean, I applaud the hustle.
Yeah.
He's not as rich as you would think I guess he would because it's MySpace. So he's worth $60 million.
That's
And you know what the thing is? He was also your friend. Whenever you started a MySpace page, you always had one friend, Tom. No matter what, Tom was your friend. Tom had your back, and we fucked him over, and I feel bad.
That's true.
I would say R.I.P. Tom, but you're fine.
He's still alive. He's still
alive. He ain't dead.
He's on the beach getting 20%.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now, is there? It's funny to talk about this stuff, but do you think there are any negative ramifications, or is it too early to say?
It's too early to tell. It's too early to tell, really.
Yeah, people are freaking out. It's too early in the game. I mean, the only thing I could see possibly is just it gets a little bit too close to being a fucking YouTube comment section, which again, he wants advertiser dollars, so he's not gonna. People are acting like people are gonna be dropping the N-bomb like Snickers bars all over the place. He wants advertiser dollars. He's not gonna fucking the same thing that YouTube eventually ended up doing. So yeah, it's people are freaking out. Don't get me wrong. I think he may early on, in order to get people back, kind of push it up close to the line. But yeah, it's like Nick said, it's too early to start, grabbing your pitchforks about what the negative aspects. I mean, there may be some questionable advertisers who can get onto Twitter, but other than that, it's super early.
Yeah. And the deal isn't finalized for a while, and even then, I mean, once he's fully bought it, we won't know anything until like 6 months out about what he wants to do, who he's fired, who he's hired, what the direction is, anything. We won't know anything. So.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what we have. There's a preview though, and that's about it, Nick. And I'd love to read said preview of Elon Musk's plans, but they want me to pay. Every website wants me to pay now. Do you think we'll ever have to pay to use Google?
I hope not.
Who knows, man? I mean, Netflix wants to make an ad version of it, and they want you to stop sharing your fucking passwords. Even though they tweeted out in 2017 that password sharing is love or some shit like that. And I'm just like, really? This was your culture in 2017, but now that you're not making money about it, you're going to be dicks? Jeez.
Yeah, well, the mighty has fallen, folks. And I have a video about Netflix coming. It's kind of long. I didn't realize how much I had to say about Netflix because it was going to be Netflix and Disney, two companies that are, in interesting positions. And so I was going to break it down and do, half and half. But I got to the Netflix part and we're 5 pages into a script. And I'm like, oh, I guess there's a lot to say about Netflix. So I'm just going to follow this one out.
Yeah, man.
Now, Eric, we'll talk about Kenobi. There wasn't really a Kenobi drop. There's an interview with Ewan McGregor that's kind of interesting, but some behind-the-scenes information quoted directly from Ewan McGregor himself. So, anything else you guys want to add about Twitter? Because I feel like this is a big game changer, but it's so early. But I hope it's not like the Will Smith thing where it's like you blink and you missed it. Actually, I'm happy the Will Smith thing's over. If I have to be honest with myself.
Yeah, I was a little tired of hearing those things pop up, but I was just because it seems like it was getting a little crazy. But
I was tired of looking at his face.
That'll do it too.
Yeah, it's getting well. I mean, he's such a sad sack right now. It's kind of like I don't know what to do with you, buddy. Just fucking divorce her and move on. That's the direction you need. That's it.
Or don't. Nobody gives a shit.
That's true.
You
know what? Just go ahead. We'll just go ahead and camp out at Red Table Talk. Just be there every fucking day they have a show.
Everybody's got. It's like we can stop talking about their personal life anytime, America.
But there's money to be made in it, Dion.
There's that as well.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, there's money to be made. Will Smith got banished from everything. There's money to be made from that,
dude. It's even Disney dropped this fucking documentary or whatever. I'm just kind of like, really? Jeez.
Yeah, Disney, man. When Disney drops you, you know you fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's
well, let me rephrase that. When Disney drops you and you check off certain check marks, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Now let's check in with the audience here. But before we do, Nick, a number between 1 and 69, please.
34.
All right, 34. 1, 2, 3, 19. Oh yeah, 34. Where do we go?
We were just talking about that. Oh my god.
It's almost like I figured out what to press.
Yeah.
Primer, thank you very much for your super chat. He says comparing chocolate bars is like comparing vodkas. I mean, I do like to compare vodkas though.
True, unless you're talking about them flavored vodkas, then it's that's a game changer.
Yeah, that's different.
Because like if you get that 3 Olives dude that tastes like Mountain Dew and it has no like fucking alcohol bite to it, oh man, you're in for a very short, long night.
Has that happened to you?
Once. So I was like, oh my god, dude, this tastes like Mountain Dew. You're not gonna believe it. I'm like, bullshit. Started drinking. I was like, wow, it's really good. You want another one? Yeah. The next thing I knew was like the next morning. I was like, fuck, what happened?
Have you guys heard about Mountain Dew spicy or whatever it's called? The spicy Mountain Dew?
I've heard of it. I don't want to drink that.
Oh god, no! That's like the ranch soda. It's like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
If I want to drink something spicy, it's got alcohol in it, and it's gonna fuck me up, and that's why I'm drinking it.
Yeah, the only spicy drink I want is a Bloody Mary. That's it. That's as far as I go.
I like spicy beer.
Sometimes those chili beers are kind of good. I had this one time. There was this brewery in St. Louis that made like a Mexican spicy chili chocolate or something like that. It was like a stout, and it had a little bit of bite to it. It wasn't too bad.
Well, now I'm thirsty. Thanks, Kendo.
Well, I've got some lovely 7K IPA from the good people at Santa Fe Brewing Company.
Now, folks, I wanted to mention this at the top of the show. I'm going to put together something next week for May the 4th. So come watch Star Wars here with us. I'll have an official announcement very soon. But I might, take some time, see who's available, and make a special day out of it because we're gearing up for Obi-Wan. So why not talk about Star Wars here at World Class Bullshitters? TLJ Screwjob has some clarification. He says, I never realized Denzel Washington actually said my Snicker in Training Day.
Right.
That would have made the movie slightly different.
Well, it's 'cause Ethan Hawke had a caramel center just like him. It's not about what's on the outside; it's about what's on the inside that matters.
Yeah, that there's that, and I wouldn't have had a weird, awkward explanation of what that word means to somebody, and how it does not necessarily mean my friend.
Hey Jeff, what's a Nubian?
Yeah.
Would you guys buy a branded candy bar from Michael Keaton called Let's Get Nuts?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I would too. I kind of want that to happen. Fuck the Flash movie.
If he puts out an awkward video being like, "Hey guys, you know me as Michael Keaton as Batman and Beetlejuice, but one thing you don't know about me is like I like making candy bars. I made one."
Why don't we just fucking make it?
Yeah, if it was just like a website where you could order them by the dozen or whatever, and it's just kind of it's his recipe or his whatever, I'd buy them in a heartbeat.
Guys, we should try to license the Michael Keaton candy bar.
We should.
Yes.
Michael Keaton's Let's Get Nuts. And if any of you motherfuckers try to steal that from us right now, we've got video documented proof that we came up with it first. And
Yes.
7
7 o'clock on April 27th, 2022.
Correct. No, we should just make it ourselves and then just send him a box of it. Just be like, hey, would you like to be the spokesperson for this? We'll cut you in on the profits.
The funny thing is that too bad Nicolas Cage isn't, trying to do a candy bar because
He'd fucking do it.
I think his would just be
He
called
should do
Nuts.
it. He's one guy who could probably come up with with a bunch of them.
Yeah, dude, we could have one called Green Smoke, and it's just like I don't know, a lime flavored something or another, not necessarily a chocolate bar. And then we have another one called The Rock E Road, and then it's like it's a picture of him from the. We could just have an entire The Rock themed fucking candy bar collection,
Dude. We could
the Michael Cocoa Bean because he's in that movie, and it's just like a fucking dark chocolate bar, and then we could have all sorts of them. That's what we should do. We should create the Let's Get Nuts bar, and then just an entire like Nicolas Cage line that starts with just The Rock bars.
So we're getting into the celebrity confectionery
Candy.
game. Gotcha.
Yeah, celebrity confectionery.
why
That's
not?
our. Why not?
I'm down, man. I'm down with that.
Yeah, and then we can have the Con Air collection next.
Oh God.
That was actually on the other night before Better Call Saul.
Ooh.
Con Air was?
I believe so, because he was at he had the long hair and he was at the fucking dance and everything at the end of the movie. Was that Con Air?
No, when he's at a dance. I mean, I don't know if it's a dance so much that fucking Sheryl Crow or whatever is randomly played twice in that fucking movie.
Yeah, they're playing like fucking love song, like soft music, and he's talking to like his woman and his girl or something, and his child or something like that.
Yeah, because they're on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah, that must be what I don't know. I was half paying attention to it, making dinner, going, "Fuck, is Saul's not on yet?"
Do not besmirch Con Air, sir. You better
I'm
get
not
that
besmirching
back
Con Air, but I've got more emotional investment in Better Call Saul than I do Con Air. I've seen Con Air a bunch, but I have not seen the new season of Better Call Saul.
Please put the bunny back in the box.
I wanted to see what was going to happen in Saul, and R.I.P. Notch.
Cameron Poe. How can I breathe without?
Oh,
yeah, that was it. That was the fuck
movie.
Yeah, because that song started playing while I was working in the kitchen. I was like, "Is she fucking playing them goddamn love songs again while we're getting ready for Better Call Saul?" And I looked around the corner. Now there's fucking long ass haired Nicolas Cage on a white T-shirt on the TV. I'm like, "Oh, Con Air's on."
Oh, Cameron
There
Poe.
are two men I trust. One of them ain't you.
Yes, Cosmic Vader. Put an F in the chat for Nacho Varga.
Nacho Varga.
So, guys, sorry I was quiet for a minute. I just purchased the Celebrity Confections website so we can do something with it.
Nice.
Yes!
Nice.
I buy all these fucking URLs that we come up with shit on air. Like, this isn't a joke where it's like, oh man, blah blah blah. No, I'll tell you the ones we bought.
GoDaddy must love you right now.
Yeah.
Now we just got to come up with our fucking celebrity chocolate bars. And the best part is, I believe this type of thing would be protected by satire.
Yeah, probably. Or you could just I feel like we should just fucking find a way to get in contact with Michael Keaton and just pitch him a Let's Get Nuts bar to coincide with the release of his. Look, he's going to play Batman again. Why not have his most iconic line besides "I'm Batman" now?
I mean, I agree. And if we're gonna really make these things, we gotta first off we have to start with honey roasted nuts because those are the best. Mm-hmm. And we got to get that really good chocolate, like that European chocolate, not that shitty Hershey stuff.
Oh yeah, I agree. I entirely agree.
You know, that stuff tastes like sick. We want like real fucking chocolate, like Cadbury or like Ferrero Rocher.
The fact that you think Ferrero Rocher is like top tier chocolate kills me.
It tastes better than a fucking Hershey's bar.
So does Mud. What's your point?
I mean, Hershey's taste like sick. I want. If anything, I mean, my first go-to is Cadbury.
Oh yeah, that's really good stuff, man.
I've been to their factory. I know what's going on. There was that story about how Cadbury cream eggs are made by like child labor or something like that. I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. I've been to that factory. It's my favorite. I don't know. They were talking about it on a podcast that deals with wrestling that I will not name because goddamn. And
no, man, no, it's Nike's. Nike's makes uses children to make their.
Yeah, I get that, but when they said the Cadbury cream eggs was made by child labor or something like that, I'm like, no, that's bullshit. I've been to the factory. I've seen how they make those things. They actually use like egg trays. It's really weird, but it's delicious.
Hey,
with the blood of South Asian children.
Oh my god!
Right, they don't celebrate either Easter. The godless heathens.
Are they all named Dawn?
Oh,
DAWN. Now, thank you, Dion. That was just for you. Since we're talking about chocolate bars, our friend Xavier to God sends in a game of Fuck, Marry, Kill. Twix, Snickers, and Reese's Cups.
Oh. Are we talking original Twix?
Yes.
Okay.
No, left Twix, sorry.
Left Twix.
Well, I mean, that was the next question. And we're talking about regular caramel in the gold wrapper Twix, and then it's the left one or the right one.
God damn. I think I'm fucking Reese's because Reese's peanut butter cups. Goddamn, they're a good time. Think I'm marrying. Oh, shit. Marrying Snickers, and then I guess I'm killing Twix just by process of elimination. I love Twix though, but
yeah,
man, Reese's peanut butter cups. They were doing all the wild shit, man. She got them sugar walls, bro.
Yeah.
I'm definitely okay. I'm marrying Twix. I'm fucking Reese's, and I gotta kill Snickers. I gotta kill Snickers.
So all right. So I'm marrying Reese's cups because you put those things in the refrigerator, they taste heavenly, and I'm torn between the other two because they are caramel confections. And if you've ever had one that's been on the shelf just a bit too long, it gets hard and kind of crunchy, and it's just not as good as it could be. So then you've got to do process of elimination. Which one you want to kill? Which one you want to fuck? Just in case they're old. We're not all into the old ones around here. Just him. And with that, I'm gonna have to marry Twix. I'm gonna have to fuck Twix. I'm gonna marry Reese's, and I'm sorry, Snickers. You're the odd man out.
I'm gonna kill Snickers, marry Reese's Cups, and fuck Twix. Twix used to be my favorite, but man, a Reese's egg just hits rice or hits right, not rice.
I mean, they could put rice in it.
It probably would be good with rice. That's how good fucking Reese's is.
It wouldn't. A Reese's Cup with rice wouldn't be terrible. It would just kind of.
It'd be like a peanut butter Rice Krispie treat with chocolate around it.
Right, it's a texture thing.
Yeah.
As long as it's just cooked rice. Could you imagine raw, crunchy rice?
Oh, Jesus.
Nobody wants to eat that shit.
I broke my tooth. Up next, we have our friend TLJ Screwjob. Thank you very much. He says, remember your Avatar Halloween costume, Jeff? You just came across it in one of your Star Wars toy videos. Sorry, remember that Avatar Halloween costume? I was about to say, I didn't have one. Sorry, man. He says, you just came across it one day in your Star Wars toy videos, and you highlighted a lack of footprint. TLJ Screwjob, thank you for sending this in. I saw this when you sent it. That's why I didn't comment about a cultural footprint. Folks, I always say that Avatar doesn't matter that it made all the billions of dollars at the box office. Nobody talks about it. Nobody gets excited for it. It's kind of this thing that happened, and then you just know about it from a history book. It didn't really impact us culturally. All Avatar did was make a bunch of money and bring in 3D movies and make movie-going experiences very difficult. If anything, if you want to play devil's advocate or crazy conspiracy theory, you could argue that Avatar helped push us towards streaming quicker because movies were cashing in on gimmicks and the ticket prices were going through the roof. And it was getting to a point where you might see a $7 movie become a $12 movie, become a $20 movie, and one ticket became more expensive than a Netflix subscription. And a lot of people started doing that shit right after all the studios cashed in on the Avatar gimmick. So I'd say Avatar did more damage than good, but
yeah, because I remember those IMAX 3D tickets were like $40 a person or something. It got ridiculous there for a bit. I was like, nope, not doing that. Not happening.
Hey Dion, remember how much it was to go see the Eternals?
Fuck, dude. Woo! That was some wasted damn coin.
Oh man.
Look, I can't say that's the worst day of my life because we went to Universal and had one of the best days ever, but that was the worst theater going experience I've had in a decade.
But you know what? We did it together, and that's what matters.
Exactly. That's the only reason I was okay with it, because it was memorable. I mean, we technically had fun, right? Seeing the movie, it was all of us together. But yeah, if I was going just with like on a date with my woman, I'd have been fucking furious. I'm like, give me my fucking money back.
Yeah, it's like it's like I was watching Tales from the Hood too. It was terrible, but we were together.
Yeah.
Did anyone feel terrible for existing? Because I did when I watched Tales from the Hood too.
Well, if I drove
God
a Jeep,
damn. Well, Ken was trying to leave slowly and quietly, but
Rightly so. It was all his fault. So
you did it to Medgar Evers, you son of a bitch.
they didn't have anything about me in there, so I was just laughing my ass off.
Could you? What if they did have a Samoan section in Tales from the Hood too?
I'd still laugh my ass off. I'd still laugh my ass off and be like, that's funny.
Thank you, though, TLJ Screwjob, for checking out the video. So what the video he's talking about is, folks, is it's an old Star Wars toy video in an Ollie's where I found, clearance of Rose Tico, the likes. But there it was in the middle of the summer, Avatar Halloween costumes just chilling there. They were over 10 years old at that point. Yeah. Xavier to God, thank you very much. He says, I watched Avatar a lot as a kid and never knew it was a movie that made the most money ever until like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's how much cultural significance it had. Because like if you didn't know and nobody told you, I mean, like you just thought it was a movie.
I didn't know it was one of the highest grossing movies of all time until I joined a certain YouTube channel and then we started talking about that shit and I looked it up. I'm like, wow, that movie actually made that much money. That movie was stupid.
Well, that's its only claim to fame, dude.
Well, I think from the gimmick, no one was like, "Oh man, that Avatar." Like, fuck, dude. Like that one part with the thing and where he says that, like, no one said that shit. They were like, hey, it looks crazy in 3D, bro. That was it. It was a gimmick.
It was a gimmick, man. Up next, we have a very generous super chat from our friend Dean Domino who says, Hail WCBS. Jeff, have you started Spy X Family yet? And if yes, what did you think? As a side note, that ending song animation is one of the best I've seen in a while. Dean, I have not had a chance. I have been busy with Wokebusters and other career things that I've been working on. I actually had a nice phone call about another opportunity coming up real soon. So I'll be making an announcement about the first opportunity, which I've talked about the movie thing constantly. But yeah, I want to watch more stuff. I've been trying to do work and channel stuff, get a little more get presence online again. Just had a lot of great things happen that have taken a lot of time. But I do want to watch that. I want to go back and watch a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows, stuff that listeners have sent, mainly animation, because I've been on a cartoon kick as of late. I told you guys this, but for Heavy Metal on 4K is beautiful. It looks better than ever. Some of these old movies are getting new life, these new transfers, and it's great. We're reaching a point where, a movie like Heavy Metal, which is a shitty movie by comparison, gets the same reverence as E.T. or something like that. I like it. And animation just always interests me. I don't think you can find any kind of legit animation. I don't mean like crap you find on the internet, but I mean like stuff where there's money involved. I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot. So I'm still excited, Dean. I'll just let you know when I watch it. Adam Walford, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, so like Revenge of the Nerds 3, when they, more like today, college students, but it was made in the 90s, refusing to party and go on panty raids.
Yeah, well, there's even a movie with Jon Favreau and Jeremy Piven called PCU that kind of predicted this whole thing, in the 90s.
I have never seen that movie, but I will
Listen. Well, here's the thing. I highly recommend you just rent it and watch it, because it'll just be like, holy shit, this is happening now, and they predicted this in like '92 or whatever. It's crazy.
I like Jeremy Piven, so I'll give it a shot.
Well, yeah, and Jon Favreau gets like really fucking high, like really fucking high.
Would you do that with Jon Favreau in real life?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, he gets so high he finds George Clinton.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
It's that kind of party.
yeah,
I'm down.
yeah. It's a fun movie. I've watched it a couple times. You know, it's a good time. It's really awesome. But it's very much indicative of like the times we're in now, and it's really just kind of like, holy shit, they predicted this decades ago. It's crazy.
Well, so much of it is sad though that everything that was a joke became serious because everyone took everything so seriously. It's beyond the participation trophies and everything. We have become a parody of society to a point where, like, if a time traveler from the past looked at the future, they'd be scared for this is what we're going to live in. And then I bet you people in the future are going to look back at this era and laugh at how stupid we were because we were dictated by the dumbest things. We allowed ridiculous emotions or people on social media to control way more than they should ever. So it's a weird time, man. But I do want to watch PCU. I love movies that talk about. I love oddly prophetic movies.
Yeah, it came out in '94. So
it's a long time. Darian217, thank you very much for your generous super chat. He says, to your earlier point, Jeff, remember, everyone has a price for the $1 million man. If he could buy Twitter, he'd buy it himself. He'd buy him. Oh, if he could buy Twitter, he'll buy himself some of Dion.
Oh my god.
The check better clear. It ain't gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
Would you be the next Virgil for the right price?
Depends on who it's to.
For the $1 million man,
Ted DiBiase Jr.
If I didn't dislike Junior, Ted DiBiase for sure, but I don't mind helping you win some matches. Goddamn it, maybe even some celebrity boxing matches. I'll slide in some brass knucks.
You would be the world's best wrestling manager. You're like a mix between Mr. Fuji, Jim Cornette, and Jimmy Hart. And you're wonderful.
I dig it. People's manager.
I'd watch that shit all day if Dion was a fucking manager. I'd watch it all goddamn day. It'd be wonderful.
Now, Nick, I'm going to try to figure out who you would be as a manager in just a minute. But Kendo, you're like a mix between Bobby the Brain Heenan and who else? Paul Heyman.
I mean, that's the most complimentary thing anybody said to me in a long time. Thanks, Joe.
You deserve it, man. Nick, where would I put you as a wrestling manager? Dion, you got a little bit of brother love in you too. Just putting that out there.
I dig that too, man. Hell yeah.
Nick is somewhere between Armando Alejandro Estrada for the style, but I want to give you like a good wrestling manager because you're not a bullshit dude. But who is a good manager, Kendo? I'm drawing a blank here.
Captain Lou Albano.
That's the perfect one. You're Captain Lou Albano. You're gonna manage Cyndi Lauper and Wendy Richter at WrestleMania. You're gonna go on MTV. You're gonna be in the Girls Just Want to Have Fun music video, and you're gonna change the world with rubber bands on your face.
Hey,
so
yeah, and he's gonna be in charge of the head shrinkers because he's got that Samoan connection.
I'm gonna try to go back in time and prevent Roman Reigns from this terrible future.
Can you prevent him from being born?
Yeah, you just got to get one of the fucking Anawahis to the fucking pull out and spray it all over the fucking chest.
All right, brother.
Oh my god.
You just go back in time to Alpha and be like, look, he's going to be a shitty wrestler than Sim Suka.
Look here, Alpha. What you got to do is you got to get that girl down. You got to get her hard. You got to get her hard. You got to get it wet. You pull it out right over her back. That's all you got to do. That right there, you're Lou Albano. And you prevented Roman Reigns.
That's all I would do is prevent Roman Reigns because he's boring as shit.
Yeah.
And him constantly going against Brock Lesnar like 8 times is just not fun anymore. I'm sorry.
Listen, it was a big event because WWE told us so.
Yeah, because they've done it like 4 fucking times beforehand.
They said this is a huge match because, and then you're just supposed to take it on face value.
God.
Well, I always listen to Vince McMahon, and my life's a lot better.
Yeah. But Jeff, T-shirt idea, us as wrestling personalities, and you can make Nick Lou Albano. You could make Dion. I don't know, whoever you want. Make him fucking, Teddy Long. Holla holla. Somebody's going one-on-one with the Undertaker.
I don't think you go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
See?
Well, I'm adding that to my list. I got a notebook here. Let's see.
Make me the Brain or James E. I don't give a shit.
Well, I'll do the artwork, and it'll look cool, and we will have some awesome shirts. Now, folks, you have 2 more weeks to get the original designs over on shopwcbs.com. The link should be in the description below, but our awesome mods will drop you the link as well. But shopwcbs.com, powered by Spring, you can get all of the WCBS merchandise over there, including posters. You can get an early Wokebusters shirt. If you're that dedicated to the cause, go get it. It's been available for a while. So you can go over there, you can buy a Wokebusters shirt, a sweatshirt, have it sent directly to you, wear it. But be like us and get the WCBS beer glass, because next week when I'm watching Star Wars with everyone, we're hanging out and having a great time, you're going to want a World Class Bullshitters beer glass to get really shit-faced and celebrate each and every drunk commentary with us. So I believe, is it Joseph Bianowicz who bought 2 of them? So our listeners love the glasses. You love to drink. You love to have a good time. Oh, thank you, Darian217. He says, Jeff, you didn't say who you would be as a wrestling manager. Shit, who would I be?
Oh, who would Jeff be as a wrestler? Let's see. Oh, I know. Sherry Martel.
I'm not going to wear any of those outfits.
Sensational Jeffrey.
Oh man, I'll wear all my outfits will be avocado green in honor of Nick.
No, okay, seriously, who would Jeff be as a manager? Let
me look that up real quick so we're not
That's a good question. I mean, I want to go straight to Slick.
No. I'll be classy Freddie Blassie.
There, that works, because you got to be cool, calculated, and in charge.
Yeah, I'll be classy Freddie Blassie. Nick is Captain Lou Albano. Dion's the blend of the guys I said, and Kendo is Paul Heyman and Bobby the Brain Heenan. I think that's perfect. So, folks, get our WCBS wrestling shirt in the near future.
Yeah, and whenever we get a 3D printer, me in a weasel suit.
Oh God! Also, we have 250 people watching and only 190 likes. Get those likes up.
Yeah, folks, I still owe you 5. Actually, I'm going to make it 7. I owe you 7 Good Morning Pop Culture. So keep giving those thumbs up. I will make sure you get those episodes. Things will be slowing down for me in the future in a good way. So I'll be able to sit down and do those shows and catch up with everybody, see what's up in the
do
world.
Them on a weekend so you can get some help. Just saying.
I will do some on a weekend. Let's talk. We'll do them on some weekends, folks. It'll be like a weekend edition of Good Morning Pop Culture. It'll be a lot of fun. Ooh, Joseph Bianowicz says DDP, since DDP was a manager first.
It's true. He was. He had the diamond mine.
That's true, yeah.
Holy shit! I had no idea. I had no idea.
There's so many great ones, though. I'm glad none of us are like JJ Dillon.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. He ran the fucking Horseman.
Well, I'm looking at the list.
Well, how much of it was him? I mean, you have Ric Flair and Arn Anderson cutting great promos. I mean, really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, it's like I said, he had the Horseman, and not just any iteration of the Horseman. He had one of the best iterations of the Horseman. So, JJ Dillon, like, he could come out and say a few things, and then he let the other guys do the fucking heavy lifting.
Dr. Meatball says Sherry Martel is wife material. SummerSlam 92, sensational Sherry. Thumbs up. When she's with Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah.
Dude, sensational Sherry in general was thumbs up.
They're making that action figure, Dion.
Really?
With her ass cut out? Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, Jeff, do you know what action figure they're not making? Axel Foley.
Oh,
dude, why you gotta go like that? We're having a good time and you gotta go fucking low blowing people. What an asshole.
Yeah. Folks, I'm going to need a minute to recover.
You know what? Fuck that. He ain't Lou Albano anymore. Let's pick a shitty manager, and that's who Nick is now.
You've been demoted, son. Who's the worst wrestling manager ever? There's the Sherry figure.
See, terrible manager who, goddamn, fucking SummerSlam 92 at Wembley Stadium. I fucking watched that. I watched that videotape. Like we rented it, and I watched it maybe 3 times over the course of a weekend. And there was an interlude where I watched the movie live and became terrified of airplanes, which was crazy because I loved airplanes. I was like, I ain't fucking getting on one of those planes.
Nick, you've been demoted to Colonel Robert Parker.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I was gonna say Sunny because you know how she's turned out.
I mean, yeah, but that's hindsight's 2020.
You know, we could have. I'm surprised, Kendo, you didn't go for the very obvious joke. The great Kali's manager.
Drawing a blank here.
What's that dude's name? Tuco or whatever the fuck it was?
It was like Rajan Singh, whatever.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, that dude was terrible.
I wasn't watching a whole lot of WWE at that time, but Great Khali is still like humongous in India. Not literally speaking, because he's like 7 feet tall, but like that dude walks down the street there and they fucking shower his ass with flowers.
What is he doing out there anyways? Like, is he still making movies or wrestling or whatever? What's he up to?
I have no idea. But yeah, that's Nick right there on the right. That's Nick now. Fuck you. You don't get nothing. You know, I was gonna say Harvey Whippleman, but even he's too good for you. Because Harvey Whippleman wasn't a bad manager either.
Darian 2-7, thank you for reminding me that Trish Stratus was the manager of TNA. I thought the team was named after her, but I digress.
Jesus.
She was great.
I hope these people aren't throwing these names out here as shitty ass managers to demote him to. Percy Pringle, Cornette, Harvey Whippleman. Dude, that's not fair. Those guys are good. Nick's an asshole. He's getting something lower than that.
Downtown Bruno.
No, that's still Whippleman.
Well, folks, if you want to make Nick a terrible wrestling personality, please do.
Yeah, find the worst wrestling personality because that's who Nick is now.
Nick is
Oh,
is Eve Torres's promo cutting abilities.
Oh,
Damn.
That might be just a little too. That might be too cruel. We might have.
Okay,
to
I take that back.
There we go. There we go. Dr. Meatball. Brandon Cutlet or Brandon Cutler, the guy, the douchebag that hangs out with the dumb fucks. That's who Nick is.
Oh, okay. I know
it's funny because this means nothing to me. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know it means nothing to you, but it means something to us, and that's the important thing.
I'm just like, cool, whatever. You know, whatever the dude's name is, fine, sure.
I'm only insulted if I know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, guys, let's talk about the Johnny Depp trial because it's pretty much it's fire. Is it over? Like 1 minute it's over, 1 minute it's not. I don't know. I'm not following it. But
no idea.
It's a long ways to go.
the only thing I wanted to bring up this week is the fucking more of the poop talk. I just can't believe I watched the testimony today. I can't believe somebody had to under oath talk about his wife shitting in the bed.
That is awful but glorious at the same time.
I know, man. I want to take the video approach with this topic because it's layered. You got to go in detail about something. So I don't know how to describe it. It's a terrible, shitty topic. And so you got to definitely give it the respect it deserves. But I'm interested. I love seeing the online reaction to it because this Facebook group I'm in, it had a thumbs up for Amber Heard and a heart icon for Johnny Depp. And of the 1,200 responses, every single one was a heart. I just keep seeing this online support for him. And it's like after this vicious shit comes out about her, and there's not too much to talk about this week in terms of like that, but I'm happy it's going in this direction. What about you guys?
I mean, listen, I don't know if I would say happy. I mean, the whole thing is pretty nuts. I mean, there definitely are admittedly lighthearted moments for sure, but it's definitely a huge precedent being set, right? So we're seeing something that, depending on, I mean, even if hypothetically it doesn't go Johnny Depp's way, this is definitely something that's going to be talked about for a long time because of the long-term implications, not just for Hollywood, but for domestic abuse stuff in the future. So it's a lot going on, man. Like there's a lot going on, and the more and more that comes out, the more and more that we learn, obviously what we learned about Johnny Depp, but also the more and more that we're seeing as admissible evidence coming out about Amber Heard is some frightening stuff. And, and it's funny that we were talking about Twitter. This is a perfect time that Elon is a topic of discussion too, because so much of what happened was reflected in Twitter. And to see this case develop, a lot of people, a lot of entities who tied their wagon to the back of Amber Heard are going to have shit in their bed. And it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be wild, man, especially when you see stuff, like Vice, they have doubled down, and they even had a little video come out yesterday or earlier today where it's like we're still seeing all this pro Johnny Depp stuff online, and it's like you're not even covering what has come out about her, and it's like I said, I wouldn't say happy that it's going in his direction, but dude, this shit is going to be changed after this concludes.
What is something interesting from the case this week that you heard about?
Well, let me get the screenshot up. I'll pull it up in a second. Dion, what about you?
What was the question?
I said, what is something interesting you heard this week about the case?
That they had a psychiatrist, a psychologist, as a witness, and pretty much she said, in her opinion, that Amber Heard is narcissistic and has like borderline personality disorder or something.
Holy shit!
Wow, you needed a degree to figure that out.
Listen, man. Again, it's that's why domestic shit is so fucking murky, right? Because from the outside, it's like, yeah, but to see a professional say that about someone who, UCLA made her their spokesperson for abuse victims on their campus, right? To see that come out after all this shit is heavy shit, and of course, while the doctor is saying this, she's sitting there impatiently looking at her nails. This is like Jodi Arenas level shit, man. It's fucking crazy. Then you have, her attorney, his whole thing is to object almost everything that Johnny's team says. So the big thing was hearsay. He keeps making hearsay objections. There was one where he asked Johnny Depp a question about, I can't even remember what it was. It was some other expert, and he asked the guy a question. I think it was Johnny's doctor, and the guy goes to respond. He goes, objection, hearsay, and even the judge is like, you asked the question. Which you can say hearsay when a witness responds to something, but he hadn't even gotten the sentence out, and the guy's like, hearsay. She goes, you asked the question, and the dude is all befuddled, and then. When they're talking, I think today they played a clip where she's essentially goading him, being like, "You're a man. No one's gonna believe you."
Yes,
yeah, that's my favorite part.
She starts fake crying, where she's making her face tremble, and it's fucking. That by far has been the most interesting thing for me.
Wow,
but she is insane, man. I mean, obviously we've known that, but. To see it officially come out, you know how shitty you got to be to make Johnny Depp look good.
Especially in the beginning of this, you had his ex-girlfriends like come out and be like, "No, he's not that person. He doesn't do those things." Right,
and they're like, "He's a fucking asshole," but he wasn't like that, and that is insane. And there's, like I said, man, so many like quote unquote reputable websites that are motherfucking. They're doubling down, man. There's going to be some serious fucking fallout to this.
But that also feeds into the whole, you got to believe all women, and you got to just go straight for they're all the victims here. And it's like, man, are they? No, I mean, they're not in this case.
And how much of that was created with Twitter?
A lot. Yep. Which is ironic because Elon Musk, her ex, just bought the fucking thing.
It all ties together.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And don't bring Jodi Arians into this, okay? She'd be the perfect relationship. Bitch is in jail. She ain't never getting out. You can show up. You could bang her. She can't hurt you because she's in jail. And then you get to go off and be free. It's the Costanza principle. It's a perfect relationship. I would love to be involved with a woman in jail. I could get what I want with her, and I could still be free kendo to do whatever I want whenever I want. It'd be amazing.
What's stopping you?
I'm legally married in the state of New Mexico, so I can't really go and just start a prison relationship because plus what if the bitch gets paroled? That's going to fuck my plans up.
You pick a serial killer, you pick someone who's not getting out, and you just run with it, man. Live dangerously.
Well,
I think if somebody yeah, I think somebody who's done something that bad is not going to get conjugal visits. I don't think it's on the
Yeah,
table.
unless you're a fucking lawyer.
Man,
Both in
there's that
joking
too.
and placement.
Is Johnny Cochran doing?
Johnny Cochran's dead.
I was aware of that, actually.
Yes, he's been dead for a while. I'd have to go get F. Lee Bailey. No, F. Lee Bailey's dead too.
Yeah.
Shit. So is Kardashian. The fucking dream team is dropping like flies over here, and we're talking about Johnny Depp.
They were
Let's talk about
40
the
back
important-
then. And that was 30 fucking years ago.
Not yet. Not yet. The
Yeah,
OJ
we still got a
trial
couple
is
of years,
still
and maybe that's what I should do. Just talk to OJ. Be like, OJ, do you know a good way to get out of this situation?
If I did, this is how I do it.
Allegedly.
Then I'm gonna write a book about it.
No, guys, I have the transcript from that interview, from that phone call, and this is just a thing I found on Facebook. It says the final whistle. To close the trial with a golden pin, Johnny Depp's lawyer showed an audio clip where Amber Heard tells Depp that no one will believe him because he's a man. Tell the world, Johnny Depp. Tell the world, I, Johnny Depp, a white man, am a victim of domestic violence, and see who believes you. See how many people take your side. Those were the words of Amber Heard. The lawyers then asked Johnny, and what did he say about it? He said, yes, I am. So there you go.
Yeah, when it's been recorded and it's played through the court, and you're trying to like tremble your lip and look helpless, and even the psychologist is like, "Bitch is crazy." It's just kind of like, I don't know what else to tell you, man. You're in a losing team, and I love how our lawyer is trying to like, do everything he can, even though he's on the fucking Titanic sinking here. He's just the band playing the violin, just trying to make it all okay, but it ain't going nowhere.
It's interesting, Dion, how many of these websites are really trying to double down or ignore or just stick with their narrative, because the tide is shifting. That type of narrative across the board, outside of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp court case, that narrative is passé on the internet to the point where people avoid that shit as much as they avoid any kind of crazy conspiracy or anything that's connected to stuff that isn't reputable. Whatever side you're on, cool. If you're here, I don't give a shit. That's all that matters to me, that you like this show. But it's hard to avoid how bad the journalism is these days. It's offensively bad. I don't trust the media. I don't trust half of this shit because it's never cut and dry story of what we need to hear. It's whatever the writer's opinion is. And most of these writers are pretty shitty. They don't have the required schooling. They don't have the required life experience, in my opinion, to be this well-rounded journalist. They don't have the ethics. They don't have the skill. And so what we have is shittier reporting, bad opinion pieces, and that controls the narrative, and it all sucks.
Well, I think the other thing too is, and don't get me wrong, we've never positioned ourselves as the authority on any of this stuff. But a huge mantra of our channel has always been: if you believe something, you believe it all the time.
Yep.
You don't believe it when it's convenient. And to see so many quote unquote reputable sources of news abandon the objective journalistic integrity of what they're supposed to do to try, you can't go out in public and say, hey, we're not this website, we're not that website, we tell the truth. And when this shit's going on, you're clearly trying to advocate for one side of it. Is very fucking, it's depressing as fuck. It is depressing as fuck. And to name drop them again, fucking Vice for years. And that's why I pick on them. For years, they obviously were the ones that took themselves a little bit too seriously, right? And everyone laughed at the jokes. But for them to be call themselves these stone cold advocates for abuse victims and people, big victims of the system and all this stuff, and bring you the hard stories, whether you like it or not, for them to double down so blatantly, that's the type of shit that undoes everything you've done. And I've said it before, everyone wants to be right. No one wants to do right. The right thing is to tell it as it's happening. It doesn't matter how you feel. You're not advocating for everyone. You're telling the facts as they come out in a huge high profile civil case. And when the fruit of the poisonous tree is a law enforcement thing, but it's called that for a reason. You fuck up, everything you've done before that has now been tarnished. And so many news organizations, so many supposed respected people in that community are now, there's going to be an asterisk over everything they fucking say, man. And it's just, the implications of this fucking case, this is shit that's going to reach out for a decade, for 2 decades. People who call themselves advocates for victims, you may think about it. You may have tied your fucking wagon to a fucking narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
A narcissist had control over a narrative regarding abuse victims. That's fucking crazy. And it's wild, but it's depressing, man. There's a lot of people who saw themselves as the good guys that are going to come out looking a little more shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the sites that have tied themselves at the beginning to Amber Heard, and the internet's forever, so everybody can go back and look at all the dumb articles you've written, all the bullshit you've said about it, and how like you blame Johnny Depp for it, and praised her, and it's gonna look really bad. It's gonna look super bad when when all that shit comes out. I think it's what, $100 million defamation lawsuit, correct?
I think it's 50.
Yeah.
And she's countersuing for 100.
Okay, all right. So so who? I guess whoever wins gets like $50 million, $100 million from the other person or some shit like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Well, the one thing I wanted to ask you guys, I don't know if this has come up before, but like the Washington Post published the op-ed. Are they named in anything? And do you think they will be named in the future, since they're, it's their platform that caused all of this?
It depends on who wins. I mean, if Amber Heard loses, there are a lot of, especially the Washington Post, who are going to be, who are next up in line. Because if it's ruled in his favor that this is something that damaged his reputation and his ability to make a living, and the Washington Post, listen, that's usually how that shit works. Like, oh, the precedent's been set. Whoever posted this shit without waiting for more information is now liable to fucking pay up, and especially after what happened to Gawker.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's not the same thing, but goddamn it, you get caught in this stuff and you're a media entity, you are not safe for pushing shit that the precedent has been set. And it's going to be interesting, man. If it goes in Depp's favor, 100%, I would expect the Washington Post to be feeling a little bit of heat, and they will settle quickly.
I was about to say, they're going to settle out of court or something like that, because they don't want to go to court. And I mean, they got fucking Bezos behind them, so I mean, they got some fucking money. They can they can give them a good chunk of change there if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like holding journalism to account and not allowing the sensationalists to just smear headlines wherever they want, then that's the first step, is to fucking take these people to task and say, there's this thing called libel. It's been around for a long time, and you've done it a lot, but now we're gonna start, holding you accountable for it. There you go.
Yeah, and as you said, Vice is on her side as well, and Vice is owned by Disney. He could go after them too, and get another chunk of change as well.
Well, and to put the tinfoil hat on you, that's why so many are doubling down. Because if you don't, you're in a position, you painted yourself in this corner where we want it to be seen as being on the right side of history, right? So we pushed all this shit out. You're going down with the shit, because especially if you lean on opinion people, they have to double down, because otherwise, if it goes in his favor, you are not safe. You are not safe. Twitter's not going to defend you. And that's why I think places like Vice and Washington Post, they're gonna be putting out articles like, well, the online response to victims and this, that, and the other thing. They've got skin in the game now. Where it's like if you'd have stayed objective, you wouldn't be here. And I 100%. I'm not saying it's the reason, but I 100% believe that's exactly why some are going to have certain titles on certain articles because they are in the crosshairs too.
Dude, that's another thing. You brought up opinion pieces and leaning on opinion pieces. I mean, there's a difference between an opinion piece and a hit piece, and that needs to be brought to light because I can sit there and say that Whataburger is the best hamburger place you can go to. That's an opinion piece. But if I say, don't go to, In-N-Out Burger because my opinion is their burgers aren't as good as Whataburger, and my opinion is the owner beats his wife. Well, it's an opinion piece, yes, but now I've crossed that line and insinuating that bad things are happening and stuff that isn't true, and I can't hide myself behind opinion piece and say this is an opinion piece. You can't hold me to a task when I've alleged that shit that has not happened and committed libel in the same process.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what a lot of them do is you read their opinion columns and that's exactly what you read. You don't read that, I prefer, this brand of soda over others. I prefer this brand of sodas over others because this other one, they do some horrible shit like child trafficking. It's like, whoa, wait a second. That's no longer an opinion piece. You've thrown out a fucking statement that you can't prove.
Right.
I'm an observer in all of this. It's so funny too how you get the media that wants to hold on to certain things because of their ideals. Like remember all the Jussie Smollett pieces that we had to sit through?
Yeah,
he's the victim, he's this, he's that. He went to jail or is in trouble. Or he got
fucking
out of
Elliot Page on late night show fucking screaming and yelling about how horrible the country are because this shit happens. It's like, joke's on you, dude.
Well, and that's the other side that people don't see, right? You when you don't wait and you jump the gun, like things that people should be talking about. Like there are people who are bringing up Trayvon Martin and shit again, and obviously no one saw that coming. But that's some shit that you're so people who are real victims of stuff, it's now going to be worse for them because you tied your wagon to someone who is clinically manipulative. And you get the dangers of giving famous people all this fucking power. This is the dangers of that shit. How many other actual abuse victims, male or female, are going to get fucked over by the system because of her?
Dude, it's the boy who cried wolf. Yep. And now that the wolf's here eating the boy, no one's there to save him.
Exactly. And it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
It's all about ideology, dude. Everybody bought into this shit, still buys into this stuff, and there are real people get hurt. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
People think it's just a keyboard, it's a website, it's whatever. Their bullshit translates to real shit in the real world, which has adverse effects.
Right. And again, because they care about clicks. They don't give a shit about this in real life. And even if they do, fame being a hell of a drug doesn't just apply to regular people. They wanted to be the writer that had this brave shit to say about Johnny Depp. They wanted to be the website that, in the future, they're going to say, hey, they were on the right side of this case, and I'm going to give them my advertiser dollars. They weren't doing it because it was the right fucking thing. They wanted to be right. They don't want to do right. And it's wild, man. And people forget, especially with famous people and in large media companies, they don't give a shit about regular people. They can write and say whatever the fuck they want, and the rest of us got paid for that shit. So, listen, I really hope that a lot of these opinion writers, I hope their sons or daughters never get caught up in this shit because it's going to be, it's going to look a hell of a lot different from on the ground.
Yeah. So what I had mistakenly thought was the end of the trial was Johnny Depp's 3-day testimony. That's what ended. So I just wanted to put that correction out there. But yeah, folks, this channel isn't going to be exclusively about this. The shows aren't going to be exclusively about this. We talked about Twitter at the opening. There's a ton more to talk about, including Star Wars. I actually had to we had to edit tonight's episode a little because there were just too many topics to cover. But I do feel like we hit this one pretty well, and because it's an ongoing topic that we don't want to exhaust, I think we should move on and cover the updates next week. Briefly, just for a second, did you guys hear there was an update with Alec Baldwin?
Oh God,
yes,
no.
But I got a quick question, and I'm going to echo somebody in the channel or in the chat.
Yeah, sure.
What gum do we think he's chewing?
Juicy fruit.
Big Red.
Yeah,
Double
I was going to
Benson.
go with Big Red too. I was going to go with Big Red.
Is that Amber's new nickname?
I don't know. Maybe it's nicotine gum. We don't know.
Just be her nickname is Leroy Brown.
Best cat in the whole damn town.
Yeah.
You know what? Court footage is some of the most boring on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and C-SPAN, like it's just I don't know why they have
What's the
channels.
One's full of people that are lying and full of shit. No, never mind. They're both the same.
So C-SPAN was always the first channel on my grandma's cable. So anytime I would loop through the channels and get back to C-SPAN, I knew that the fun was over.
It's like, oh no, there's nothing to watch. Shit.
Yeah. When you'd rather watch the fucking guide channel, which is going to tell, it's just telling you stuff that's on TV right now, none of which you want to watch and you're looking to see because it's almost to the point where it's going to switch over to the next half-hour block, is more important than C-SPAN. That's a
God, I remember that.
like, fuck, there ain't nothing on. It's okay. It's 7:27 in about a minute and a half. By the time it moves through to be showing the next 30-minute block, and I'll see what comes on at 8:30.
Well, then we'll move on since there really isn't too much more to add, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, folks, I will take you away from this terribly boring footage of this random-ass judge, and we will talk about something else. Nick, you were the only one that hasn't picked a number, or was it Kendo?
That's me.
Yeah, Kendo's
All right, Kendo, please pick a number.
In honor of the Messiah, the bringer of glory to the kingdom, give me 15.
So have you ever done DMT?
It's like me watching the, Super Bowl 55.
Oh, jeez.
I'll give you a real one.
But what's real is family, 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 family. Family.
That also could have been applied to me watching Super Bowl 55.
Now, I got bad news.
Hmm.
Bad Fast and Furious news.
Oh, I saw this too.
So nothing really important then. Gotcha.
Yeah, the director left after a couple days of filming. So,
Oh, did
Fast
he
and
really?
Furious out of director. Yeah.
I saw that the other
Did
day.
he-
Did he have a fight with Vin Diesel because like he wasn't directing right?
Probably.
I didn't click on the headline. I saw it's like Fast and Furious 10 director leaves after, just a few days on set. I'm like, do I send this? Nah, it's not that important. We'll cover it eventually.
My question is, do you actually care?
No.
Nope.
That's another reason why I didn't send it to you guys.
I mean, I kind of want to know why he left real quick and then just move on.
There wasn't enough Roman Reigns in the movie.
I'd quit.
Turns out the director is one of the.
I'm sure what happened is
Anawahi
Brie
clan.
Larson and and what's his name fucking became station. They just fucking molded together and became one entity. And he's like, I can't deal with this shit. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
All I wanted to say though is like Fast and Furious 9 is the only one I skipped. I tried to watch it on an airplane. Whatever they've become, this like pseudo military mercenary group running from whatever, like it's stupid. I liked it when it was street racing in Los Angeles. I was okay with it when they were smuggling drugs. I was cool with it when they were fighting the boss, fighting the criminals, and fighting the police.
Listen, man. Once Paul Walker died, they lost it. They really did.
That's the only one I saw. I skipped. I've never watched a single Fast and Furious movie except for the one where Paul Walker hit a tree and died. I saw that one. Which one was that? 5, 6? I don't know.
7.
The Race to Heaven. I saw that one.
Damn.
That was it. That was a really short movie. It was like 30 seconds of CCTV, footage. So I was like, wow, worth the price of admission.
Was it?
No, but it was fun to make the jokes and piss my friends off.
I got the footage right here.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, not fiery enough, but yeah, that'll do.
That hurts. So Xavier to God, thank you very much. He says, I'm 19 and enjoy stuff from the 80s and up and Star Wars. Well, Xavier to God, then I guess I shouldn't make such broad generalizations about people of age groups.
I was going to say he's the exception rather than the rule.
Yeah. But no matter what, we're glad that you're here with us, Xavier to God.
And clearly you had good parents.
And good day, sir. Thank you. Ninja Lawyer Steve, and I will read your scent posters tonight, folks. Or Ninja Lawyer Steve, don't worry. He says, what does Mr. Cleo predict for Thor, Love and Thunder? Mr. Cleo, what do you think about Thor, Love and Thunder?
Oh shit! Let me take a look here at the cards. The cards, Mr. Ninja Lawyer Steve. He must be a Libra, isn't he, darling? Let's look at the cards here. Let's look at the cards. Put them out. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Whenever you put your money on the broad with the big mouth, who knows what can happen, darling? It's dark. It's a dark cave. And she's not a Libra, darling. She's not a Libra. But a mercy.
God damn it.
The wise words of Mr. Cleo.
Oh, I was not ready for that.
That never gets old. I love that so much.
Thank you, Dion. Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Cleo.
People's champion. People's tarot card reader.
I'm going to have to make you a shirt that says the People's Tarot Card Reader. Now, Wanderer, thank you very much. We had an opportunity to hang out with Wanderer down in Texas, so it was nice to see you here on the show. He says, as a kid, I always thought that homophobic joke about Bonesaw was just Spider-Man calling Bonesaw a girl. Now,
Well, you can't do that anymore either. That's the thing. Is because originally you could say that, but now you're not allowed to call anybody gay, a boy, or a girl. You're misgendering them, and you can't do that. That's
yeah, and
not cool.
I'm pretty sure Bonesaw identifies as non-binary. So
non-binary.
I always like the meme where it's like, actually he did, and he spent his all day making this leotard for me because he knows that pro wrestling is my life and my dream. You're on the wrong side of history, Spider-Man. I laugh every time I see that.
I just like that
Spider is clearly calling him gay.
Oh God, yeah. Well, that was always the scene I would go to when people would say the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies don't have jokes. I'm like, that one always makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I will admit that as a wrestling fan, that was the one part where I was like, Spider-Man, you're being a dick right now. Do you even know who the fuck that is, Spider-Man?
Well, as a kid, I was such a current day WWF mark that I was like, man, it would be cool if they had The Rock or one of these like current wrestlers in there. But Macho Man makes this scene timeless. So 13-year-old Jeff, fuck you. 20 or 33-year-old Jeff appreciates Macho Man Randy Savage.
Mm-hmm. You're going nowhere.
3 minutes of heat time.
So here's the clip.
What are you doing up there?
Staying away from you. That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Yeah, tries to jump at him. That's so just fucking roided out of his mind. Old man Randy Savage, like, I can get up there. No, Randy, you can't.
You can't.
You want to know a fun fact, Dion? You know what else Randy Savage was doing around this time besides acting in movies?
Say it, brother.
Making rap albums.
Be a man, Hogan.
Come on,
Really?
Hogan, don't be scared. Running from Macho is what I heard.
He was doing that in 2002?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Isn't that album super rare?
I thought it was. I thought
that album
like,
is super rare and costs an awful lot right now.
I thought it was like, in the mid 90s, maybe late 90s, but 2002? Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, that was about the time.
Oh my God.
Yep. And even since I got myself a feature role in Spider-Man, it's like feature.
Yep.
Damn. He wrote a song that was a tribute to Mr. Perfect, and then obviously we know the disc track for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You think
Be a man, Hogan. Here you go. Be a Man, Randy Savage album was released on October 7th, 2003.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
The song My Perfect Friend was written as a tribute to Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, while the title track is a diss song aimed at Hulk Hogan. This album, however, is not critically acclaimed, which is a shame because I'd fucking listen to it. All Music gave it a 1 out of 5. Sputnik Music gave it a 1 out of 5. And Rap Reviews gave it a 4 out of 10. So clearly Rap Reviews knows good music when they hear it.
Listen,
Yeah.
they should have been men and gave that shit an 8 out of 10 because that shit would have changed the world.
10
Yeah,
out of 10.
I agree. And if you go to Amazon right now, it is streaming for free, unlimited. You can download the MP3 for $9.49. And let's see if we want to buy this thing. It is currently unavailable because it is out of stock. Because so many people want to own it because it's such a great album.
I wonder if anybody's got it on eBay.
Well,
Oh,
that's
for a
the
couple
next
$100
thing to
bucks.
check.
A couple $100? No, thank you.
Dude, it's actually really it. I'm not gonna lie. The last time I saw it on Amazon, it was like $150. Let me check eBay real quick.
Jeez.
You guys talk amongst yourself. The topic is Hogan a man?
Yes. Now, the next, while you're looking that up, we'll get back to our audience because we have quite a few messages. Where were we? Wow. Okay. Mr. Cleo, will Dion or Jesse win the Avatar 2 bet? Says TLJ Screwjob. Mr. Cleo,
Oh, let me check at the cards. Let me see here. Oh, no. From Philly. Oh, no. That's no good. Oh, no. She's not to Libra, darling. Let's just say, oh, the card here. The card, because once again, the cards don't lie. It's the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight, the Black Knights. We got to go with the one, the only, the Heavenly Negro. How about a mercy?
that sounds like a basketball team.
Jeff, I have an answer to the question.
Mhm.
Macho Man Randy Savage Be a Man CD, sealed, brand new, rare. Who wants to guess how much it costs?
$240.
$600.
Nick is the closest, $699 or best offer.
Damn.
Here's another one. Macho Man Randy Savage Be a Man album with poster, rare, $350 or best offer. Or if you want to save a little money, Macho Man Randy Savage Be a Man CD, very rare, used, pre-owned, $299.
Jeez.
That's a steal. I'll take 10.
The thing is, they did not make a whole lot of these apparently, and yeah, everybody wants them. So, Nick, you know what to do, don't you?
Take it
Be a
alone.
man.
Yeah, be a man,
Nick.
Nick. Get it along with the fucking Bloodsport soundtrack that I asked for well over a year ago.
I sent you the link for the thing and
Bullshit.
months ago. I did. I fucking did.
I don't remember it.
And
And
That's
I've
not
been
my
busy
problem
the last few
that
months.
you're an old man. You don't remember shit. Okay, I sent it to you
Maybe,
a long fucking time
good
ago.
one. Send it again.
Fine, I'll do it right now.
Fucking jack off.
I sent it, man. I'm sorry you don't see those things.
I think you're
Beloved
fucking
Kenobi.
lying to try to cover your own ass over there, fucking Rajin Singh. That's what man you are. You suck. By the way, I've challenged Nick in that rivalry series that Jeff has talked about before to a game of Cricket 22 on FIFA, or not FIFA, on Xbox. I'll fucking play somebody else in FIFA, but Nick has not downloaded the game yet.
Yes, I have not. I will hopefully soon.
I
You will
almost
Twitch
downloaded the game and I laughed at it.
You
'Cause
should,
I went through and
what were you saying?
I laughed at it because I'm watching the fucking clip. It's like some guy, he's like, I'm the cricket master and this is Cricket 22. And I'm like, what a promo, man. You are way over the top.
I mean, if you understand the basic principles of cricket, it's actually kind of fun.
Hey, jackass, I sent it to you right now. Check the fucking messenger.
It's bullshit. I'm in the middle of something. Fuck you.
I don't
Anyway,
give a
so-
shit. I sent it to you right now. It's right there. Check it right fucking now. I don't have to hear you bitch about it later because you forgot about it.
Yeah, what a fucking asshole. Anyway, yeah. So Nick would
Check it
appreciate
right
this.
goddamn now. Quit your
I-
fucking yapping and check it, asshole.
I got an Instagram message and I got something from Nick, and I'll look at it later. I'm in the middle of the show.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I've had fun with it. I thought I was doing really good because I was, pitching or bowling first and doing pretty good. And then I started batting and I wasn't doing so good. So then I used the English team against the Russian team and I started beating the shit out of them. So I'm like, okay, maybe I was just playing against a hard team.
Whenever you go against Pakistan, just pick India. We win every time.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a fucking explosive competition too. I mean, fuck, that shit's about to go nuclear anytime.
Oh man,
guys, I did take another step to get us ready for our Halo tournament here on the channel. I got the Master Chief Collection on the laptop as well as the Xbox. So if I happen to be away, or I don't know, I don't know if I'm at home and I want to play Halo with you guys, we can basically take Halo everywhere now. So there we go. It's weird playing it on the computer though, Nick. Have you ever played Halo on a PC?
Yeah, back in college, we were supposed to be doing work in class, but we made a LAN connection between all of our laptops in the back of the computer lab and just started playing during one of our classes. I don't know which one. We just played for an hour and a half and didn't get anything done. So
they figured out how to do something like that in one of my high schools, and so if you knew how to access it, you could find Halo on some of the school computers. It was like a thing.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember in high school, Pocket Tanks was really big. And I remember finding the game, like I think I downloaded it, and I don't know if it was free or you had to pay for it over, but I remember finding a free version of it, and I put it onto the school's main like folder for that you can get anywhere. Like if you had access to any of the computers, you had it there, and so everybody would get on and play it all the time. Yeah, and they had to find a way of deleting it because like it was causing problems and nobody was doing any fucking work.
Yeah, for our school, it was someone that put Unreal Tournament 3 on the server. And that was what we were playing to, fuck the man,
Yeah, because Pocket Tanks was big for us because everybody loved it, and then I found a version of it. I was like, oh, I'll put it here, and I told everybody, it's like, go to these folders, and it's right there. Just load it up on the computer, and it'll just start. So
I figured out how to run a rudimentary version of Grand Theft Auto on my calculator in high school.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we had a game in high school. We had a game called Beer Run, where it was like a text game, and you could do things. You were trying to go and get beer or get busted by the cops, and then it just evolved from there. And I missed out on the GTA game by about a year and a half. By then, I was in college. I'm like, no, I actually need to use this calculator for more important shit than fucking off in class.
There's no greater use for a calculator than fucking off in class.
While that's true and it's fun, like I said, I spent more time in class, like my calc class and stuff, just dicking with the graphing calculator, making it do like fucked up graphs that looked like really shitty radio signals, as opposed to what I was supposed to be doing it for. But it is what it is.
Oh man, I didn't really learn more about computers and hacking until I got to fucking college, and then it was just like Hacker U for like 2 years.
Better than PCU.
That's true.
I learned programs to rip and pirate software from the library. I think I had Adobe Photoshop like 4 back then on my computer, and all the other Adobe shit.
What are we even on right now? They're years now. Sorry, we're on Photoshop 2021. There are that many versions of it, Nick.
Yeah, I think they stopped at like 7 or 8, and then just went through the years because like it's a subscription service now, and that's what they like. They don't want you to keep but like buy one and then don't buy it again for 5 years, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but yeah. I mean, I was loading up like all the free editing software and using it illegally on my computer and stuff like that. All the good stuff.
Oh, all the fun tricks.
Yep.
Rob Brantz has a great question. Fuck, marry, kill video game series: Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Evil Within.
Fuck Resident Evil, marry Silent Hill, kill Evil Within. Because I've never played Evil Within.
Yeah, I've never played Evil Within either. So I'll fuck Resident Evil and marry Silent Hill because Silent Hill is way creepier than Resident Evil. So
I'll marry Resident Evil because Resident Evil 4 is one of my all-time favorite games. So that alone will make me happy. But I just love Resident Evil. I don't talk about it much, but I've been there since the beginning. Okay, excuse me, I misspoke. Since the second game, but I've been a fan ever since.
Oh yeah, dude. No, that second game was revolutionary for me as well. Seeing what at the time was like a wonderfully rendered cutscene of that liquor come down from the ceiling and just in your face was just terrifying.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Everything about 2 is terrifying. I remember, obviously because it was on PlayStation, but the fucking the cover art for it for 2. To this day, I'm just like, damn, that's some scary shit.
I love trying to scare myself from a video game. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm just sitting on a couch holding a controller. It doesn't really get me. But there was one, I think it's on the PlayStation 4, Dying Light. Something like that came on PS4 that actually got me. Because none of the Resident Evil, and then I would fuck Silent Hill and kill Evil Within because I've never played it. But yeah, there's some scary games out there, but I want to really, really, really be terrified by one. There's just something about the medium that doesn't scare me.
Well, there was one I was playing a while back called Visage. That one is fucking terrifying. It's really, it's really good. It's a lot of fun.
Up next, we have our friend Ajax the Mighty, our favorite warrior. He says, "Now that there's a release date for the new Avatar, how bad do you think it's going to be?"
Dion?
I think it's going to be pretty boring. Again, it'll look good. Lord knows Cameron puts money in visuals, but I think it's gonna. I'm thinking it may be laughable depending on where they pick up from. It could be pretty laughable.
I'm gonna stay positive and say it's gonna be as good as the original.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna pull in $1 billion. I really don't.
Because it was a gimmick movie, man. And I know we sound like whatever, but we were there for it when it was new, and people only went to see it because they talked about the effects, the 3D, how great it looked. Nobody came out of Avatar.
Yeah, that was a trailer the whole time. It's like, go watch it in 3D with brand new, like, I don't know,
see
real
blue
3D.
titties in 3D.
Yeah, it was like real 3D was like the thing that they were like fucking advertising everywhere, and I'm just like, it basically jacked up the ticket price by $5 or $6, or was it like $10? I forget. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah,
3D
movies were always like an extra $5.
Yeah.
Ajax the Mighty, thank you. Anything else you guys want to say about Avatar 2's quality?
Fuck it.
No. I will predict there will be an end credit scene for part 3.
Yes, and I will say that it will not make $1 billion, but it'll make like $500 million.
Ooh.
Because
okay, 500 million total, or globally or domestic.
Yeah, globally. So you're gonna have all the assholes that saw the first one that still beat off to blue people, and think that Pandora's the greatest thing they've ever seen, and then you're gonna have all those dickheads that have kids now, or those people that were like missed out on it on the first time around. They're like, I gotta get in on this. I gotta see. Oh my god, I've been waiting on my whole life for Avatar 2. It's such a great movie. It's like, dude, fuck you. Wait 34 years for Top Gun 2, asshole. And then those people will go see the movie. So it will make $500 million worldwide.
That's your guess?
That's my guess.
I'm gonna guess it goes. I'll go 900, just south of $1 billion. The gimmick just isn't, better. Here's the weird part: a better frame rate. How many people are going to go to this movie and be confused?
Because of the movie being stupid, or
I mean, the frame rate. I mean, they're advertising one of the gimmicks of the movie is increased frame rate, better CGI, better 3D, better resolution. Like, increasing the frame rate is going to throw some people off because millions of people bitched about black bars, and that's why we have pan and scan.
Oh god! So, and then, and remember, Peter Jackson did the same thing with one of the, I think it was the
Hobbit, right?
God, yeah, it was after Lord of the Rings. He did 3 more movies. I forget what the hell they were, and he did like 48 frames a second or some bullshit like that, and everyone was like, it looks like
Gemini
crap.
Man did that too.
Yeah, and it's weird, man. It's fucking weird.
That to me reads as a gimmick. I don't understand what story James Cameron is telling that's better aided by more frames per second.
Who knows, man? It better not be fucking 3 hours long though. It better not be that long.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be 5. Don't worry.
Oh god.
And the best part is there's going to be like the 2.5 hour theatrical release, but then there's going to be the 4.5 hour super sex nuts edition that they release on 8K.
On 8K, jeez. Yeah, I want no part of this. I want Dion to win. I want no part of any of this.
Yeah, none of us want any part of this. We all want to see Dion win because none of us want to see this movie come out. That's why I voted for Dion. But all signs point to this movie's fucking coming out.
Yeah, and if you guys are on Dion's side as well, make sure you go check out our poll on Twitter at the World Class BS. On
yes, touch our poll.
That's how you'll get to really know us.
Yeah.
Here we go. We have a candy bar idea from Ninja Lawyer Stevie. Says the Wassail, white chocolate topped with streaks of dark chocolate.
Does it come in the form of a spoon?
It should be a chocolate dipped spoon. That's perfect.
There you go.
I'm so glad I got that domain. Boys, we're going to do celebrity confections to the top. We're going to take it to the top.
I got one. The Dolezal. White chocolate on the inside, milk chocolate on the outside.
Sign me
I'd
up
buy that.
for $1.
Oh god, Kenda, what would the brown bunny be?
Well, we could just make a chocolate rabbit, like an Easter rabbit. The only thing is, it comes with a special button, and whenever you open up the box, it's kind of like those old liquor boxes that, like, when you'd open them up and like they had the gift wrap and they'd play like Christmas music. Instead, this one is like a dark. You can get it in multiple flavors. It could be in white chocolate, regular chocolate, dark chocolate. But when you open the box, it goes, "Brown bunny."
God, I missed that.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So good.
Oh man.
No, I'm looking forward to us becoming chocolatiers. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah, there are.
Whoa, dude, we can make one. Let's see, with pretzels inside for somebody that's really salty. Who's salty these days?
Vice.
Yeah, Vice.
Yeah, we call it the Vice bar. It's milk chocolate with pretzels inside for extra saltiness.
It's also covered in salty caramel. There you go.
Extra salty.
Yeah, extra salty. Oh man.
Yeah, and then there's so many. The possibilities are endless. Like, see, like we got the Let's Go Nuts bars, but anybody that's like super fucking crazy out there, we could just make it the so and so's extra nutty bar.
Ooh, yep. I mean, I think there are plenty of candidates for that reward. That's almost
or we could just have like the extra nutty bar, and then we just have random people's pictures on the front because they're extra fucking nutty. Collect them all.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to the replay of what I missed because apparently it was pretty funny.
Trying to think of how to incorporate Alec Baldwin shooting somebody into a chocolate bar.
Damn.
You don't?
Oh, you know what you do?
Wait.
No. Here's what you do. Here's what you do.
Alec Baldwin Rusty bar, and it's chocolate on the inside or on the outside, but on the inside, it's like that fucking like those cherry cordials.
No.
Extra red, so it's like bleeds when you come out.
Here's what you do. On the inside, blood orange filling.
Yeah, there it is. The Alec Baldwin Rust bar, extra bloody.
Yeah.
And it comes in 2 sizes, entry wound and exit wound.
Oh. And we make it like a hard bar, so when like you have to like pop it, like break it in half, and it makes a pop sound like a crack. Baldwin just shot somebody. That fucker.
Oh my god.
Ninja Lawyer Steve, thank you very much. He says I actually liked Avatar, but then again, I ain't right in the head, so
That's fine, man. Like, you like it, but don't act like it's, groundbreaking, change the world.
Don't act like it's Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a 3D gimmick with blue people.
It's an okay movie, but fuck.
I watched a game changer of a film yesterday. A little film called Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Ooh.
Dude, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yep,
That's a
that was
fucking
that
great
was
movie.
that was the first one. That was the first one I ever watched as a kid. I had no idea what it was.
I saw Temple of Doom, and then I watched it like, let's say 10, 15 times, and then I finally read the back of the box where it says, after saving the world and Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones is back. And I was like, oh, because as a kid, I would watch Muppet Babies, and they would always show the clip of Indiana Jones being chased by the boulder. And as a kid, I only had access to Temple of Doom, so I kept watching it, waiting for the scene with the boulder, thinking I must have missed it. So I kept watching that movie as a kid. You know, kid logic, that's how it tracks.
Yeah.
But I didn't know there was a Last Crusade until a little later, and I was saying this to Jesse. Last Crusade was always super exciting because first time I saw it, you know, the first half is him as a kid and then him trying to get to whatever, Venice. Then you don't see the Nazis until halfway through the movie, and it's like a continuation of Raiders, so it's got like that exciting aspect to it. I was watching it and I was dreading the fact that there's a fifth Indiana Jones coming. But I asked Jesse this question. I want to ask you guys, does it even matter that Spielberg's not directing?
Yes.
Yes, it matters. It's gonna be worse than 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Lucas were Indiana Jones. Without them, well, I mean, they were technically him in the fourth one too when they were fucking raping him on that pinball machine. But that's neither here nor there. Without Spielberg, it's like, who's directing the movie? I don't know, but I'm sure Kathleen Kennedy picked him. And it's gonna suck.
I mean, this is going to be another movie where he dies and then gets replaced by some female. So that's what's going to happen anyways.
Phoebe Walrus bitch.
Yeah, and there's going to be time travel involved, and we'll see, you know, euthanized Harrison Ford. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
The weird part is James Mangold is a wonderful director. Like, this is going to be a very telling sign of how shitty Lucasfilm truly is. If Indiana Jones 5 shits the bed and it's this creatively bankrupt story like the Star Wars sequels, then it ain't him, and it really is. It's always been her, but you know, maybe it's her in Star Wars because she doesn't like Star Wars. It's George's thing. She's got some whatever vendetta people talk about. All right, fine. She was involved since the first Indiana Jones movie. I'm sure she has some kind of connection to it because if it wasn't for those movies being a hit, you probably wouldn't have the career you do. So don't ruin them.
Gentlemen, I have a proposition for you here.
Yeah.
So I was looking up Indiana Jones 5, and I had problems because I kept trying to put a J in Indiana.
In Latin. Right, spells it out.
So Indiana Jones 5 comes out in June of 2023. Let's all get together to watch this movie and commiserate and mourn together.
Oh,
Let's go on a Last Crusade, boys.
Yes, where should we, folks, in the chat, where should we go on our Last Crusade to? I was thinking somewhere, I don't know, where do we go?
I'd say let's
Do a
stick
better
with
movie?
the continental United States.
Okay, well, I was going to say Continental United States, yes, Dion, also better movie. What state should we have our Last Crusade in where we see Phoebe Walrus bitch become, you know, Indiana Jones?
Louisiana.
Yeah, ooh, New Orleans is always a good lure.
Yeah.
I was thinking Albuquerque, New Mexico, but that's just for selfish ass reasons.
I mean,
We could always do what is it, the whiskey or bourbon trail from Kentucky to Ohio.
Oh, there is that.
Woo!
There's that.
Yeah.
Although June would be the start of chili season in the Hatch Valley, and we could do the chili trail. Or we could go to Scottsdale, Arizona, where there's White Castle.
Yeah, it's what I
You
crave.
got me a bourbon.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dion, come on.
I'm gonna throw my hat for the Bourbon Trail because it's close to Cincinnati and I can just zip up and see my mom. So
That's
And it's not too far from St. Louis, where there's White Castle as well. So yeah, you know, Bourbon Trail. But we'll see the movie in St. Louis because of selfish ass reasons.
The Kendo, if you want White Castle, I can take you to 30 different White Castles in the greater Cincinnati area. So we can go get a crave case made up of a single burger from every different White Castle if you want.
Let's do it in Louisville and look for Jim Cornette.
That's fine. Motherfucker.
Oh, motherfucker! You inside Indiana Jones 5. Terrible movie.
I say we go on a drunken journey of our own and then go watch this shitty movie. Just to...
Fuck it. Why don't we go get a stabbing cabin? Wag's involved in everything.
I'm down.
Man. Kid will be a year
there's a
old
lot
by
of- there's
then.
a-
He'll be still shitting himself, but not crying as much. Bring him too.
Yeah, there's a lot of moonshine in Tennessee, so yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
All of
D2
those
can
shows.
show him how to, try to swim in a hot tub. It'll be great.
James and Shane suggests Portland. Well, James, that is the location of Wokebusters. So I think we're not welcomed back in Portland after the events of Wokebusters. I'm surprised we're not in jail, but they did.
I don't think we'd be invited into Portland regardless of Wokebusters.
Agreed.
Listen. We'll be invited if me or Dion goes first. It's fine. It's fine.
No. They don't like you, me, or Dion. For some reason, they like Kendo in Portland. Yet they're so
because of high credit score.
I mean, that would kind of fit the narrative because they love you guys. They love you guys to the end of the earth. They just don't want you to move into their neighborhood. That's usually how these things go. They're like, oh, their lives matter. We love them. One's buying a house next to you. Oh, no, we can't have that. The property values and all that other shit. I'd live next to you guys.
So speaking of Portland, should I show one of the Wokebusters pages I'm going to share at the update?
Yes.
All right, cool. That was a quick yes. I have to make sure it's not the page with the tits, so let me just pick the specific.
Yeah, be very careful about that.
Yeah, remember, Elon Musk doesn't own YouTube. Susan does. She doesn't like us.
So, folks, I'm only sharing one of the pages. I got about 7 new ones.
God damn it, Adam Shawhan. I'm not going to fix it in post.
Yeah. Just like the Avengers, boys. The fucking...
That's how they did it. They wore green suits and tennis balls. It fucking worked.
Yeah. So here's a page from Wokebusters. This is the one without boobs, so I'm just going to show this one for now. But this is the Stay Woke Trigglypuff Man. There's this red creature that you can see up here, one of the evil beasts, and it eats it. And so the Stay Woke Trigglypuff Man is a disgusting amalgamation of all the ugly wokeness in the world. What happens in the story is there are some human bad guys, but all this wokeness stuff turns these terrible people into these crazy, colorful monsters. And something happens with this guy, and he ingests all of this shit and becomes the Stay Woke Trigglypuff Man. So, it's an ugly, disgusting creature. And now let me cut away real quick so I can share one more page because I'm in the mood. I just don't want to get banned on YouTube because of the boobs. But yeah, here we go. Let me share this one as well. This is coming together wonderfully, if I may say so myself. And yeah, just have to be prepared. But there we are, Dion. There we are, Nick. Kendo, I'm sorry you're not on this page that I'm sharing, but you're
right
in the book.
I dig it.
I don't have that big an ego.
It's okay. You have some of my favorite lines.
I know I read some of them, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I would say in this situation.
I'm about 3 pages removed from my absolute favorite joke in the story, but I'll just wait till it's in this form to share it with you and the audience. But folks, I'm not going to share every single page of Wokebusters. Make sure you guys go over to wokebusterscomic.com. I have a new ad campaign and a new thing I've been working on. I have another cover, all sorts of exciting things. But I had a great opportunity that took up some of my time, and now I'm back fully committed. And I'm going to have a nice long update on Indiegogo. I wanted to wait for these pages to get lettered, and I needed a couple revisions. As soon as that's taken care of, this will be shared publicly, and we will talk more about the project because it's funny. I'm loving working on it. Everybody that I share with loves it, and you're going to want to get it because it's the funniest comic of 2022. Nick, where did it go? You find out.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh man. So that's Wokebusters. That's 2 pages of Wokebusters.
Are we driving a Volkswagen?
We are. Remember,
Nice.
The Wokebusters start a business. That doesn't mean they have a ton of capital. We have to use our white man credit score to get our headquarters in Portland. We bought out an old destroyed brewery and we turned it into our headquarters because beer culture is the coolest shit. So why wouldn't we buy an old brewery? Plus, it's
It
written
makes sense to me. I was just double checking because I saw the front of that car. I'm like, oh shit, that looks like the logo for a Volkswagen.
Actually, it's the Shitbusters logo on the car. That's where we have some money invested in the car.
Nice.
But yeah. So folks,
we got to use the last of the petty cash to buy the symbol for the front of the car.
That is the
we
last
used
of
for
the
that
petty cash,
Chinese
the hood
dinner.
ornament. So let's talk about Star Wars because we're a couple of weeks removed from Obi-Wan. We're a week removed from our Force May the 4th be with you event. And then, there's Star Wars Celebration in the coming weeks. So guys, Obi-Wan drops. I'm not super excited because of what it's going to do to the lore of Star Wars. We are not the biggest fans of altering the history of something just because the new property demands it. I'm a firm believer that if you're making something based on Star Wars, that you need to follow the original movie to a fault because it's a continuation. I don't want your artistic interpretation. I want a further adventure in this saga. So the talk of the town is that they're altering Obi-Wan and Anakin. They're meeting again, but he's not wearing his mask. So Ewan McGregor has been talking about the series in public, and it's great. He's excited to be in it. He's talking about it very positively. He's even gone on to talk about how he's been paid more for this show. So Disney's keeping him happy in that way. And before I get into the are you guys happy that he's being taken care of? Does it even matter to you?
I am happy. I mean, hopefully that translates to the show being good. I mean, I'm not holding out a lot of hope, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy that they're at least taking it seriously with Ewan being back, because pretty much the overall thought was that he's never going to play Obi-Wan again. Now that we're getting him back, it makes me feel a little bit better. But hey, I thought the same thing about Tamara Morrison doing Boba. So we'll see, man. It's just Disney has wasted so much capital. I'm not married to it being good, but hey, it's a good sign that Ewan seems to be happy. But again, he could just be a good company man, and he could be telling himself, "Hey, this is what I signed up for. I'm gonna sell it until people know differently, and then I'll be honest about it." But hey, until that happens, I'm gonna take his word for it.
Well, do you want to take his word for what's next? It's going to piss you off.
Preferably not.
I never met Darth Vader. I had to rehearse a scene with Vader, but not with the helmet on or anything like that. When we came to do the scene, when they shouted action, he had to come from behind me. I turned around and fucking Darth Vader was coming at me. It was like I was 6 again. I've never acted into Vader's helmet. I'd never looked into his eye. I'd never looked him in the eye.
I'm out. You fucked up. You fucked up.
And it's not fans reading too much into this, because Entertainment Weekly put out an article yesterday, which I'm going to make a video of very angrily, how Obi-Wan changes the meaning behind a classic Star Wars line. What's the line in question? The circle is now complete.
Yeah, they fucked up. That's it. No, I'm 100% out. I was going to give this show a chance. I'm done now. Vader and Obi-Wan do not meet for that 19-year period between the end of Episode 3 until they fight again on the Death Star, where Obi-Wan gives him up so that way he can become more powerful if he gets struck down by being a Force ghost and helping Luke and possibly, checking on some chick showers, because that's what I would do. But, that's the whole thing. We have this gap of time. He's in hiding. He's on this fucking shitty-ass desert planet that Nick would be pissed about. And the whole thing is the fact that the two of them are gone. He thinks Obi-Wan's dead. He doesn't know for sure because he's too busy screaming about the fact that he fucking killed his wife, which, unlike OJ, didn't happen. And so that's it. That's the whole thing right there, is we have this 19-year gap. The two of them don't meet, because even Vader says on the Death Star, when they're on there, I sense something, a presence I haven't felt since, and then he walks off because he can tell that Obi-Wan is still fucking alive, or at least he knows somebody with a Force ability is still alive and is clearly there, and it's a familiar thing to him. Who else would be familiar enough to Anakin / Darth Vader at that point and that juncture, except for maybe one or two people that he is unconfirmed with whether or not they still exist in this universe? And Obi-Wan is one of them. So if they're going to fucking fight on this TV show, fuck you, Disney. Fuck you, Lucasfilm. I'm done. I've been done for a while. I'm extra done now. Go suck a dick. Fuck you. I'm fucking finished. Fuck you. Just dig up the lore. Take everything that is there that has been put in place. Don't expand on anything else. Just take what is already there that we already know and just smash it into a fucking ball of unrecognizable bullshit. And then say, here, take this. Well, no, you take it because you're going to love it. And yeah, there's going to be a bunch of fucking douchebag chuds on the internet that will take anything Star Wars. You could take a fucking giant pink fucking cock, 18 inches long, and write Star Wars on the side of it, and those motherfuckers will line up to buy it because it's Star Wars. Fuck you. You're what's wrong. because you will take anything they fucking give you and suck it down.
I have nothing to add to that. Well said.
Yeah, and that's 100% true. And here's the thing, like in their logic, I've heard this from a lot of people who are like that, who will suck anything down that has stars on it. They said, "Oh, if we give them attention, tell them we like this, the next thing will be better. The next thing will make sense. The next thing will make sense and part of the lore, and it'll be better." It's like they've been trying this for 6 years now. It hasn't gotten any better. It's gotten fucking worse. How many more chances do you want to give them to this shit? Like at some point you just have to be like, I'm done. You have to get out of this abusive relationship and be like, I'm fucking out. I'm gonna go find somebody who likes me for me. And who can treat me nice.
You hang with Leonardo, or that guy from Fargo. I think his name was Steve.
But that's all this is. It's just like, like the true fans, the ones who actually know the lore and actually know how it's supposed to be, have left a long time ago. And now it's just the ancillary fans, the shitty ones, like Kendo says, the ones who only see the word Star Wars and have to flock to it because it says that. And that's the problem. The normies and the people who don't know shit.
The Funko Pop generation.
Thank you. Yes, the Funko Pop generation.
Yeah. I know some douchebags that I don't give a shit what they do. It could be Star Wars. It could be a dead fucking bloated donkey on the side of the road. And they will watch that for 2 hours. Just watching this fucking corpse in the process of desiccation. Just be like, God, that was the best Star Wars movie I ever saw. Dude, that was great. Did you love that part where the fucking donkey just continued to rot in the sun? And they will think it's the greatest thing ever because fucking Star Wars was slapped on the side of it. Those people are fucking stupid. And if they tell me it's a great movie, I'm going to tell them, fuck you, we're not friends anymore. I'm not willing to break friends over a whole lot of things, but I'm willing to break friends over this shit because this stuff is fucking stupid. We're at the point now where they are seriously laughing in your face and reaching into your pocket, not giving you the fucking tuggy that you want them to give you. No, you're going to have to pay for that somebody else. You're going to just have your money taken, and you're going to walk around all day having this weird fucking epiphany thinking, oh my God, Star Wars is the best place ever. No, it's not. It's been in a fucking shithole for 8 years, but you keep fucking sucking at the tit, and they keep just giving you poison milk, and you're going to keep loving it because you're too fucking stupid to get it. You think more is better. Fuck you.
Again, I have nothing to add. Well said. That's how I fucking feel.
My kid will only know 3 movies. He might know 6, but he's only knowing 3 for sure.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is a good one to show him.
I will 100% agree. 3 for sure.
I'll go
6 if
I'll go 6, but I won't go 9. My nephew, the day he told me that episode 9 was his favorite movie, I wanted to slap the shit out of him. But I'm like, he's 11. He doesn't know any better. And he's not... he's only half blood. He's not full blood. I can disown him.
Is that why you moved?
That's why I moved, Jeff. That's actually a painful story. I moved because my nephew actually liked the sequel trilogy. I'm like, I can't deal with this. I got to move to the desert.
I feel your pain. I understand it, brother.
That makes sense, man. I understand that. I wouldn't move to the desert though, but I understand moving because
you wouldn't move to the desert. Why am I surprised?
Yeah. Let's set Nick's racism aside for right now and just talk about how Lucasfilm has no problem with just punching people in the nose and taking their money, and the fact that people are too fucking stupid to realize that they'll just keep coming back for more. You deserve it. You deserve to have your lore shit on if you just want to keep coming back. You are the fucking sheep in the pen and it getting fucking blasted in the head with the bolt gun. You are that sheep. You're stupid, and I have no respect for you.
Yeah, these are the same people. These are the same people who saw Halloween 2018. It's like, oh, it's Carpenter's going to come back and write and direct, and Nick Castle's going to come back and be the shape, and we're going to have Jamie Lee Curtis be back. And saw that and was just kind of like, oh, this sounds good. It's like, no, dumbass, they're honeydicking you. Don't give it any fucking money. But like morons, a lot of people did.
We have to come up with a name for that type of film because they just copy The Force Awakens. That's what it is. It's just The Force Awakens effect. That's what we'll coin the term here. Halloween follows The Force Awakens effect. The Matrix Resurrections follows The Force Awakens effect.
Well, all it is like, and this happened in horror as well. Whenever they did a bunch of remakes after like 06 or something like that. There's the same thing that happened where they were just kind of like, oh, there was a shiny new thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna bring you these nostalgic member berries for this IP that you know about, and you're gonna come in and watch it. That's when Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay's company, owned a lot of that stuff, and made those really 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 cheap sequels with like kids who didn't know any better and got paid shit. They made them for like, I don't know, under 10 million or around that price, and they're just pumping them out like crazy.
Did you see the trailer for Halloween Kills dropped at CinemaCon today?
God damn it, I don't care. I really don't care.
Evil dies tonight, Nick.
Yeah, 40 years ago, Evil dies tonight. I know.
If you ever want to tempt fate, play our Halloween Kills drinking game. You might not make it. That's not a cheap plug. That's a fucking precautionary measure. Don't do it. Don't play the game. Because what is it? 40 times they say evil dies tonight in that movie?
Yeah. It was a fucking
48 million.
All joking aside, if I wanted to pull up the numbers, I could pull up the numbers.
Yeah, because somebody actually like fucking calculated it for us. It was insane. But it's the same shit with that, man. It's just kind of like they want to take these recognizable IPs, make you think they're doing something great with them, and then give you dog shit instead. That's really what it is. And it's especially, I mean, like I feel really bad for the Halloween franchise because there are like 6 timelines in that shit now. There are 6 separate timelines in that whole fucking franchise. It's retarded.
Do you have a preference of which timeline?
The original one, Jeff. The original one.
So 1 through God. So it really gets just 1 through H2O and then it restarts. Or no, sorry, it goes 1, 2.
No. Yeah, it's like 1 through 6, 1 through 5.
But 3's not connected, and 7, which is H2O, undoes parts 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is really hard.
Yeah, exactly. There's a diagram you can get for this.
Yeah, I'm just trying to play mental gymnastics since the Olympics sucked this year.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 4, 5, and then 6. I think is like how it goes.
I just want to watch Halloween's 1, 2, and 3. And that's it.
Dude, once again, have a soft spot for Halloween Resurrection. It is terribly bad, but it's so much fun. Fucking love that movie.
Trick or treat, motherfucker. So, Nick, the thing about Halloween, that movie, is that it just pisses me off. Like, Halloween Resurrection isn't the worst movie ever made, nor is it the worst Halloween film ever made. But it's like nothing of a movie where it's like people sit around, they talk, they have that webcam shit.
Oh yeah,
but it's never scary. It's just kind of like.
But also, here's the thing: you can tell that movie was never meant to be a Halloween movie because you can put any killer in his spot, and it becomes that movie. Then
True.
It's not meant to be a Halloween movie. Somebody wrote a script, pitched it to their buddy, and somehow it got roped into being a Halloween movie because they needed to reprise a franchise because it had been dead for a bit. Or they need to make another movie after fucking H2O. They're like, oh, we'll do this one. We'll make it seem like Michael didn't actually put his mask on somebody else when he crushed the dude's larynx and she cut off somebody else's head. I remember hearing that at the beginning part, and about her mistaking Michael for somebody else that had Michael like his mask on the dude. And I was like, this is so goddamn retarded. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm just thinking back to Jamie Lee Curtis and her terrible wig in Halloween Resurrection.
Oh God, it was so terrible.
I'm glad she dies in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was crazy.
So we will not be excitedly reviewing the new Halloweens, but we'll find a way to turn it into a drinking game so we can get through it together.
Yeah. Obi-Wan. I've never cared for the show. I've been done with the shit for a while. I just don't care. I didn't even watch any Book of Boba Fett. I'm done. I'm beyond done.
And I'm in a weird place where I want to give Star Wars a chance because it is important to me. It has been hugely impactful in my life, and the old stuff is still good. The original trilogy is still one of the best trilogies ever made. It's up there. I can't decide if it's better than just their pure Indiana Jones trilogy. Is Back to the Future a better trilogy than Star Wars? There are a couple solid ones that are hard to figure out. What the best folks in the chat, tell us what the best trilogy is in your opinion, and tell us why. I love to read what you like, but tell me why you like it. It's more fun for me. But Star Wars, they're gonna do a new animated anthology, which could be interesting. But anytime they try to change the timeline or add more to the lore or just alter it, I roll my eyes and I just can't commit to it. And I even gave the Book of Boba Fett a shot. I went and I watched all the episodes with The Mandalorian and I watched the season finale. I skipped, and I think I even watched the first 2 episodes. I skipped the biker gang and something else in between. And I enjoyed Mandalorian, but it's hard to be pumped for this one after giving them all of the chances, because nothing has been as heinous as The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, or The Rise of Skywalker. Nothing's been as offensive as Rey, Skywalker, Rose Tico, Admiral Holdo, Poe Dameron, any of those characters. It's not been that bad. I gotta be honest with you guys. But what it hasn't been is that much better. I don't need to complain about the Cad Bane design, and I don't need to complain about little aesthetic things here and there. But it's all about, is it enjoyable? And like the Book of Boba Fett wasn't enjoyable. It was a joke. I can't believe what I sat through. Mandalorian, there are more decent episodes than there are bad episodes, but there's only a handful of truly great ones. We're really grasping at straws with Star Wars, and we're looking to elevate mediocrity to legendary status just because of the brand name that sits in front of what we're watching. And it's not fair to ourselves. It's not fair to entertainment. It's not fair to Star Wars. It all deserves better. We deserve better. And you guys that are going to do what you're going to do. Vote with your wallets. Go out and watch it. Don't watch it. Cancel it. Whatever. We're not one of those channels to start a fucking crusade to get you to write a letter campaign to your senators why we should change and save Star Wars. That's for other people. That's old school shit. And that's different. We're here to tell you, do what you want to do. But all I say is just hold these places accountable. Keep them honest with their franchises, because it's your money. It's your IP deep down. I know they own it, but it wouldn't mean shit if it wasn't for you. So remember that.
True. Jeff, taking a hardline stance right now. Anything that's not written by George Lucas, I ain't watching it, and I ain't calling Star Wars.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Well, my ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is. Now, Primer. Well, hold on. We'll read your super chat next. I gave you guys the opportunity to all pick a number, so I'm going to pick a number here. Hey, Jeff, pick a number between 1 and 69. All right.
Me off, all right, man. Jerk somebody else off. This is bullshit. I need $5,000, not $2,000 thing, man. Don't do this to me.
Look, don't be unreasonable. You're not dealing with Johnny Bananas. Come on. Yeah.
No, I know I ain't dealing with Johnny Bananas, but can I have my money? Can I say it slow for you? Look, I need $5,000. Read my lips. $5,000 is what I need.
Yeah. Primer, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, chocolate bar idea, the Herd bar, dark and nutty.
I was going to say light, like white chocolate and nutty, but
Amber Heard's chocolate bar should be the candy equivalent of a chocolate lava cake. So when you bite the tip, it just leaks that shit everywhere. That's Amber Heard.
That's what we do. It's white chocolate with some dark fudge on the inside.
Xavier to God, thank you very much. Oh, sorry. Just Joe with a very generous super chat. He says, worst acting by an extra. A, the security guard that Arnold kneecaps in Terminator 2. Dude, it's funny you brought that up. I was watching that scene the other day and thought how terrible that guy did. B, the SWAT team guy that gets wounded in Die Hard. Yeah, they're pretty shitty too. And C, the henchmen in Under Siege after they open the booby-trapped door.
Oh, God.
And you know what? I'm going to go with D. The extras during the bear fucker scene and Super Troopers. They had no idea what to do. Yeah. I know this because I watched it with the commentary. And we told them how to act and what to do, and they just improvised and acted like they didn't know what they were doing. So I'm going with that, D.
Yeah, and there were some asshole kids there, too.
Yeah. So the bear fucker scene, that we're going with that. Bear fucker.
I'm going to throw 2 out here. First off, one from Return of the Jedi, because when Luke Skywalker lands and kicks the guy in the face, he doesn't kick him in the face. You can clearly see he misses him, and the guy throws his gun very slowly. So he's a pretty terrible guy. But probably Teen Wolf, the one whose dick pops out of his pants at the end of the movie.
Yep, that's a classic. That's a classic.
I don't know. I want to follow this rabbit hole, excuse me, because there are a lot of terrible extras in movies. Oh, the guy from Batman Forever, the fucking security guard. Well, he doesn't count. He's just a supporting character. Fine. The guy from Batman Forever that goes, "It's Batman," as he points to the sky and falls down. That guy, he's a terrible extra.
Yeah, yep.
That's actually next on the docket for us. We watched Batman 89, then we watched Batman Returns, and she's like, I don't want to watch old movies. I'm like, these are quality movies, though. And then she's like, is there another one after this one? I'm like, oh, God. Yeah, there's actually another one called Batman Forever. We'll watch that. Is there any more after that? Oh, God damn it. No. It went to the ones that we watched already. The Dark Knight and all that stuff. And then,
What did she think of the Batman movie so far? The old ones.
She sort of liked the first Batman movie. She mostly liked Batman Returns. And the only reason why she only sort of liked the first Batman movie was I sat down and said, I'm going to watch Batman. It's on HBO Max. Oh, that's old. I don't want to watch that. Okay, go about your day. And damned if she didn't sit down like an hour and a half into the movie and start asking fucking questions like every other goddamn time. I sit down and start watching everything. This happened with Breaking Bad.
God.
He didn't start watching Breaking Bad until halfway through season 2. And then I had to fucking answer everything about what's happened before then. Same thing with Better Call Saul. She started watching it about 2 seasons in. Same thing with The Wire. She didn't really care about The Wire until season 2. And then it's like, why is he on the boat? I thought he was a detective. Why are they talking about these guys? What happened to the black guys in the last season? I'm just like, God damn it. Why can't you just fucking watch something from the beginning? Like I'll
make you a $5 bet, Kendo. She's going to love Batman Forever.
She probably will because it's a lot more cartoony. It's like the other day we were having breakfast and I turned on an episode from on Tubi from Batman, the TV series from back in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, that's the Penguin? Yeah. He didn't look like the guy from the movie. Yeah, I know. This is a different time. That's Burgess Meredith. He's one of the greatest actors we've ever had. He's not fat.
I read something about him where he used to get action figures of penguins from his listeners and he used to display them in his house. Like no matter how many he got, he kept them.
Yeah, I heard that shit too.
That makes sense because, Burgess Meredith was a great actor.
He was. He's in the best Twilight Zone episodes. He's an all-time great. I mean, he's old school, but
dude, he was the best part of the fucking Grumpy Old Men movies. It's like you're like, oh fuck, Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. That's a hell of a combination. Those guys are fantastic together. They aren't, but you add Burgess Meredith to it, he's the best fucking part.
My grandma took me to see that movie in theaters, and I don't remember it.
Watch them again because they were fantastic.
I'll give them a shot. I love comedies.
Dude, those are great comedies. Lemmon and Matthau are perfect together. And like I said, you throw Burgess Meredith in there, and he is just essentially, think of it this way. Jack Lemmon is the tonic water. Walter Matthau is the gin. And Burgess Meredith is the lime and the straw that stirs the drink.
All right. Sold. Yeah, sold. Now, Xavier to God, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, what's your favorite comic book Spider-Man suit outside the classic red and blue, the black suit, and the Iron Spider suit? Can be any Spider-Man. Well, Xavier to God, my third favorite is one you haven't listed. It's the black and white Future Foundation costume. That thing was such a stark contrast to what had come before it. It caught my eye. I was hooked. Now, I'm a very old school Spider-Man fan. I know I complain about a lot of stuff. I don't mind costume variations for 1 or 2 issues, but at the end of the day, Spider-Man's always a broke guy, and his suit is just cloth. It's not nanotechnology. It doesn't have anything underneath. It's just a fucking... Sometimes it looks like a sweatshirt. Sometimes it shrinks. Sometimes it's whatever. So, and the reason I'm so dogmatic about that aspect of the character is because it's so important to the character. So his suit should always reflect his financial status. Isn't it strange that he could get $1 million suit of armor? Yeah, so that kind of ruins the illusion for me. But from a design standpoint, I'm open to all sorts of stuff as long as it doesn't stay away from the original for too long. I even like Ben Reilly's costume. I think that's a great looking suit. I liked Superior Spider-Man. Kane looked good with his black and red design as of late. Like I said, they're all good for toys and other shit. Just keep Peter Parker in that classic suit. Same goes for Superman. Some variation of the traditional Batman suit. They're icons. They're great. And I don't hear people complaining about them. I hear comic book companies, people like Joe Quesada at the top at the time, who were like, we're going to shake things up to boost sales. Like, I stopped buying Spider-Man, Xavier to God, when he picked up the Iron Spider suit. That's not a joke. I was reading Spider-Man at the time. I was invested. I hated the suit. I quit for a couple issues. I went right back to Back in Black. And then I realized those issues were worth a lot of money, and I got lucky and picked them up really quickly. So I have those. But do you guys have any costumes you want to add into that?
I'm a big fan of Ben Reilly, the original Scarlet Spider, that turquoise, that sweatshirt. That's one of my favorite ones.
It's so 90s, bro. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Spider-Man to comment.
Miles Morales. He is the best Spider-Man out there. Wait, that's the wrong card. Sorry.
If that suit was on Peter Parker, I would like that suit a little more. I think it's a cool
So I
design.
meant exactly what I said then. The Miles Morales suit, but on Peter Parker.
Yeah. Ken really likes the Air Force Ones.
Yeah. Now I prefer my Spider-Man to wear Jordans.
Yeah, me too. That's how you know he's a real OG.
Right. That's how he gets that extra lift when he jumps.
Yeah, he doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah,
it's Jordan.
Correct.
Spider-Man 2099, you definitely get some. I give him some love. I enjoy Spider-Man 2099. Again, he's Miguel O'Hara, so I don't talk about the non-Peter Parker versions. But if you want a fun crossover story, folks, I highly suggest reading Spider-Man Meets Spider-Man 2099. It's from maybe 95. Don't hold me to the year. And I don't know if Rick Leonardi was the artist, but it's a solid book. It looks good. And I think it's just like a maxi-sized book, so it's a little bigger than normal, but it's just one book. So go out and read Spider-Man versus Spider-Man 2099. Tell me what you think. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much. Wait, there we go. Okay. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Let me go back a minute. There we are. Xavier DeGod has a good question for all of us. Best Raw GM and SmackDown GM. Nick, you can just answer Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
My favorite GM is Eric Bischoff.
Yeah. I gotta say Bischoff, and I'm gonna show a little love. I think Stephanie was a great GM of SmackDown.
Yeah. Back in the day, she was.
Yeah. No love for the Hornswoggle anonymous GM. That was stupid.
Paul Heyman was good.
He's my second favorite behind Stephanie. I think he is one of the best GMs of SmackDown ever too.
Remember when Kurt Angle was the GM for a couple weeks?
Yep. That was a great storyline when he got busted for faking being in a wheelchair.
Now, if you count Commissioner Mick Foley as a GM, he's my absolute favorite.
Yes,
Commissioner
that
Mick
was
Foley
fucking golden.
Have you ever seen the interview where he said, we ended it after a year, but nobody could understand why we ended it, and we should have done it longer?
Yeah.
Just that's like his words 20 years later. Commissioner Mick Foley had way more life in it. I liked Eric Bischoff coming in, but man, there was just more time with that fun. When Bischoff came in,
that's the story of like really anything WWE that's really good. It's like we ended it, but we don't know why. Well, yeah, that's most of WWE.
Neither do we. We'd
like the Undertaker streak. We ended it with Brock Lesnar, but we don't know why.
Well, we
controversial
know why.
opinion. Randy Orton
Brock Lesnar's character. We needed him to bounce back.
Brock Lesnar hasn't been interesting in a long time.
Well, I would say that Cowboy Rancher Brock, from what little I've watched, is way more interesting than the douchebag Samoan they got, at the head of the table, the tribal queef.
Acknowledge him.
No.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm not going to acknowledge you, Roman, because you suck. It's been not since John Cena has there been a less enjoyable world champion.
what's funny, he's more enjoyable now than he's been since being in the Shield. He's still kind of
bar one set real high though.
I like this Roman a hell of a. It's actually more entertainment than before, where he's just the good guy, overcoming the odds over and over again.
Yeah, but that bar is not set real high. I mean, you had suffering succotash, fucking Roman Reigns that can't remember his fucking lines. And you're saying, well, this Roman Reigns with the mouthpiece that's an asshole and's got fucking veneers is way better than that one. Well, yeah, it's like saying getting kicked in the balls is, not as bad as getting kicked in the neck. It's like, yeah, I'd rather be kicked in the balls than the throat, but, what do I know?
Listen, I will give me that was it, go home for SmackDown, where he's leaning into being an asshole. It's a hell of a lot better, man. It's way better than Succotash. It's not great, but even last year, the shit that he was doing with Daniel Bryan and Edge, I was actually like, okay, it's a silly saying, but that whole smash him, stack him, pin him, I was like, okay, it's a hell of a lot better than fucking the big dog and the this is my yard bullshit.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I want someone else in that position. It's just been too long. WWE is in this position of constantly keeping the roster almost 1-to-1. Dude, when we went to WrestleMania 31 in 2015, we saw the same guys on the card. The main event was 2/3 of the same people. Like, that's not good. Look, unless you have a Hulk Hogan, I don't think you need to have a star on top that long. Stone Cold only main evented a few years in a row. The Rock was only a full-time wrestler for less than 5 years. I mean, these big stars didn't stick around forever. They made you miss them. They made you want
Jeff, I've got some good news for you. So Vince supposedly wants Roman to be the greatest champion of all time. And to do that, I mean, the easiest thing to do would to keep the belt on him for the longest time of all time. And that's only 6 more years. And then he passes Bruno's, initial record. So that's all you got to do. You just got to wait 6 more years.
I can deal with that.
Yeah. So by WrestleMania 45, then you can go to WrestleMania and, maybe see some young up-and-coming talent like John Cena win it for the 17th time.
Oh, God. I just want to puke now. I do think he'll lose at WrestleMania 39.
Yeah.
I would like to think he'd lose before then, but I'm a dipshit, and I actually have hope.
I think he's going to win it back. My guess is going to win it back at the Rumble or something.
My thought is, since they haven't dragged out a new title to be the unified title, that he's going to lose one of them at SummerSlam, but keep another one, and then, dude, that they're throbbing hard in the pants for the idea of The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next year. But The Rock, I have a hard time thinking he's going to commit to that, because it's like, I can make this much money, doing a movie, or I could risk getting hurt like I did last time for this much money.
Yeah,
but he
talking
also
about
wrestled
pretty
John
much being
Cena
done in the ring. I was definitely on board with that too, but I can't remember when he said it, but here pretty recently, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm getting too old for this. I don't think he's going to take a championship. Even if he loses it, the next night, I don't think he's going to. It's just, this dude's almost 50, and he'll be older next year. So
I don't think that's really the concern. WWE doesn't have a star.
Yeah, agreed.
They can't build out old Steve Austin for this WrestleMania. What else are you going to do? That's the only way you can get the big numbers anymore, because Vince McMahon got burned by Hogan, Austin, Rock, and a couple other people. Because Roddy Piper, they became bigger stars or big stars outside of wrestling, and they didn't need him. So what happened is Vince McMahon stopped creating wrestling superstars, and they created the WWE brand as the thing they sold. So instead of selling you, like when we were kids or growing up, it's like, who's your favorite wrestler? And you were fucking there for them. Now they want to sell you this fucking dumbass sideshow where everybody's your favorite and everybody's an entertainer and everybody sings and dances and does goofy shit. Fuck that. That's why nobody buys this shit. You have to get guys that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Okay, Vince isn't in his 80s, but close. But you get these guys that are way past their prime to pop a buy rate because you need it. It's not fun nostalgia. The WWE is in a situation where they need to do this because Austin Theory ain't selling tickets. The people that came to WrestleMania that sold the ticket, the performers, were the outside people. The people, the Stone Colds, hell, Pat McAfee, an outsider, well, now he works for the company, but like
Jake Paul.
God, I can't believe he did a decent job at WrestleMania.
Jesus
It hurt me to
Christ,
say
man.
that.
Dude, how bad is that? How much of an indictment on your roster is it when fucking Logan Paul does a better job performing than most of them?
Yeah.
I would say he did a better job, but he definitely, still, don't get me wrong, fuck Logan Paul. But I was impressed. But to your point, that's why they were so reluctant to put the rocket ship on Daniel Bryan and why everyone got so frustrated. Because it happened organically, and he does not want that. He does not want organic champions.
See Rusev Day.
Organic stars, because they either move on or they become the brand, and that's why Cena was so fucking pushed to the moon, and why we're getting, it took a main event at WrestleMania to get booed before we finally got something different with Roman. He's just his desire, his need to not let the fans pick who they want, but you'll like who we tell you to like is fucking crazy. It's so frustrating, But again, because they have no organic stars, so we got to bring back Stone Cold for a night to beat on Kevin Owens. We've got fucking Sami Zayn losing to Johnny fucking Knoxville, who's in his 50s. It's wild, man. It's wild, and sometimes it's kind of fun, but Sami Zayn didn't get anything out of that. He's not over because of that match. Kevin Owens, again, don't get me wrong. We talked about it when we were there. I love seeing Stone Cold again. But fucking Kevin Owens should have won that match. It's just they pretend to want to protect the business, but then they do shit. When you have someone come back, it's to put someone has to benefit from it. And nobody benefits from this shit. It's just frustrating.
I would say that Kevin Owens would benefit from main eventing part of WrestleMania with Stone Cold, win or lose, because it's not like it was a squash match. However, they have followed that up with him being in a program with a shaven drifter, Elias Sampson, going by the name Ezekiel now, claiming to be the brother of Elias, doing bullshit comedy sketches and lie detectors with Shorty G, a.k.a. Chad Gable, on TV. So it's like you could build on something where this guy gets the rub from Austin even though he loses, but you go ahead and drop the ball because now you have him dealing with some guy who shaved his beard and is claiming to be the younger brother of a guy that was in your company.
What works more? This dude, Austin, came back in his hometown.
Beating Austin would work way more. I get that. I 100% get that. Yeah. But you could at least build on the fact that he wrestled Austin, may have lost Austin by doing something with him productive, but no, we have him in ha-ha comedy bullshit with fucking Ezekiel, who's just a shaved beard younger brother of Elias when – we're not fucking stupid enough to realize that Elias and Ezekiel are the same fucking person. It is the same guy. He just doesn't have a beard anymore.
That's so dumb.
Because,
that's the problem.
They got the audacity to talk about, hey, Randy Orton's been there for 20 years, and they bring up his match with Mick Foley. He fucking beat Mick Foley.
Yep.
We're having a different conversation if Mick Foley wins. When Edge came back and they're talking about WrestleMania and they were showing the bill for that and they're showing him and Mick Foley. He beat Mick Foley. Mick didn't win those matches because
Randy Orton's in
great. He's exciting. He put the other guy over because he has no business winning those matches.
Yeah, but look at the point in Randy Orton's career. Kevin Owens is a world champion. He's kind of on the downslide. He has nothing left to prove. They can give him a Royal Rumble win, some ancillary titles. The dude's been around the WWE for 7 years now.
Right, that's true. But you don't do anything. It still doesn't do anything that Austin won. So you pick the lesser of two. Yeah, Austin wins, but he's fucking gone.
Yeah, but you go home happy. And you save WrestleMania night one, because if you go home with Kevin Owens win WrestleMania night one, everybody's bitter. People might not even come back for night two. They forced their hand. You can't have the biggest star by their metrics ever come back and lose. Look,
They keep painting themselves into corners.
What?
They said they keep painting themselves into corners. They can't build a new star because they refuse to do so. And then the stars that they have, they paint themselves into corners and make them fucking fight against legends that they drag ass out of retirement. But it's like, oh well, we can't have this guy lose to this guy because then people are going to be upset. So they're painting themselves into a corner to where there is no winning in this situation. They have to just do what's best for the situation, and then they're booking fucking pay-per-view to pay-per-view, or I mean premium live event or whatever the fuck they call it these days. And there's no long-term storytelling. That's the problem. Their entire storytelling for the build-up to WrestleMania with Owens versus Stone Cold was simply Owens came out one day and just started shitting on the state of Texas. And then 3 weeks later, you get a promo from Steve Austin that's clearly pre-recorded and clearly was done before Owens did his most recent thing, because it doesn't call him out directly. He just says some things and, alludes to the fact he's going to come whoop somebody's ass. But then it's like, what do you do? Do you have Austin get beat in Texas? You're going to piss everybody off. Or do you have, Owens lose and it's like everybody's happy, but then you didn't really build anything. You gave him the rub of him being in the night one main event against a big, huge, massive star in your company 20 years ago. And then what are you got to build on that. And then they don't. That's the problem, is they don't fucking build on any of this shit. I mean, like you were about to say something about bringing The Rock back. You're going to The Rock come back to what? Lose to Roman Reigns? How's that supposed to make him a bigger star? The Rock hasn't wrestled a match in, 8 years? We're not counting the shit against Eric Rowan, the 3-minute squash, because no one expected that to fucking turn out the other direction. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You got to build people up. You got to build people. You got to create something. You got to make a face that isn't just, manufactured, something that people actually get behind. But they won't do that. They're booking for 3 weeks from now instead of what are we going to do in this time next year? Where are we going?
Well, I don't even WrestleMania was good enough, but I don't even know when Backlash is. That's how we watched Raw the night after WrestleMania, and they went back to the same old shit right away, dude. I can't believe it.
Yep.
Now let's read our last few super chats, and we'll put this baby to bed. SH Rebels 08 asks for a very special button. Well, ask and you shall receive.
You found my secret button. Lucky you. Lucky me.
Sorry, Dion.
Alexa, volume 4.
Xavier to God.
For that shit. It is way too late for that shit.
Xavier to God says favorite WWE commentary duo and trio. King and JR.
Michael Cole.
Yeah, there's no trio. It's just a duo. Gorilla and Bobby.
You know who wasn't a team to write home about but didn't suck was Cole and King and JBL and Cole. I thought they were solid, but I wouldn't call my favorites.
Yeah, JBL and Cole's up there for me. They're definitely underrated. That era of SmackDown was pretty good.
I think they suffer from the whole everybody thinks Michael Cole sucks bias, which is true, because that's why I wouldn't rate him, because I hate Michael Cole, but they weren't bad.
Yeah, JBL's solid at everything. I like him. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much, says, watching Nick Rekieta's coverage, and I love the 3 cops saying, no, Amber didn't cooperate. No, she did not file a domestic violence report. I have to check out Nick Rekieta's coverage. I have not. I drink
those those reports are important. You can claim all you want, but if you don't have any reports, man, it just we don't mean nothing.
I drink, therefore I am. Thank you very much for your generous super chat. He says, all hail the team of BS. Dion, have you seen the new Sergeant Slaughter 6-inch figure?
I haven't.
I'm buying it. It's a G.I. Joe. It's nothing like high-end or crazy expensive. It's like a $24.99 G.I. Joe classified, but it looks great.
Oh, cool.
Damn.
Now, folks, if you want a really great Sergeant Slaughter figure, if you want great toys in general, make sure you guys are checking out Valaverse. I know Bobby very well. He's a great dude who runs his own toy company, and you guys can check out the Infinity Equation that features Bobby Vala and my friend Laser Pants, as well as Analog Toys. Tony's a great guy as well, and you guys can check out their content. But Bobby has his own Sergeant Slaughter figure in his toy line, so that's a big achievement. And his Sergeant Slaughter looks goddamn good. But I want to get the new one too. I want both, honestly. Sergeant Slaughter's the shit. Up next, we have our friend. Where are we at here? I know. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much again. He says, jumping on the Dion's point about the media, I'm reading Tom Clancy's Executive Order book. Came out in 1996, and a person says to the writer for the Washington Post, "Why would I trust you? You're reporters."
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's an accurate statement. Journalists are a bunch of liars.
I want to go
Well,
back.
there used to be, searching for the truth and integrity and things like that. That's gone out the fucking window.
Yeah, what's truth?
Truth is whatever the I don't know, whatever the main big guys want you to think, whatever they think is good. We saw this happen during the fucking pandemic. What truth was and what it turned out to be and shit. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, though, TLJ Screwjob. Glade Riven, thank you. C-SPAN is great when it's the British House of Commons.
Man, that shit gets out of hand every now and then. So
it does. Cool. It does. They get a little rowdy.
I want to watch C-SPAN of the Italian Parliament when they trolled it with the porn.
That would be actually great.
Oh man.
Darian217, thank you. Nick's managerial equivalent. Final options. I say Shelton Benjamin's mama or Yamaguchi-san or Rajan Singh.
It's Rajan Singh, but Yamaguchi-san is an honorable mention.
I was about to say he should be Yamaguchi-san.
Choppy or pee-pee.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've heard Nick say that on the set of films before. So, hey, you got to make serious art.
Yeah. He films a lot of dudes' asses. I'll say that.
Nick,
just that one time, man. Just that one time.
Hey, people are going to start talking. They're going to be like, Nick films a lot of movies. Oh, what kind of movies? There's a lot of dude butts in this. And then it turns into Nick the Power Bottom. And it's like, God damn it, how do I defend this?
Nick the Power Bottom sounds like a really great short story, like Ryan the Boatmaker. By the way, Nick,
I want to see that fucking kids book. All right,
sure.
I'll write that. Nick Power Bottom.
Oh my god,
I'll draw it with a fake name.
I'm gonna write it with a fake name. You think I'm gonna use my real name on Nick the Power Bottom?
You should be Bob Dole.
I could do
I'll
that.
be Bill Clinton.
Yes.
The 1996 presidential election.
Yes. Written by Robert Dole, illustrated by William Clinton. Let's do this.
There you go.
I wonder if people will piece that together.
Yeah,
they will, but they won't be able to prove anything. So Nick the Power Bottom's going straight to the New York Times bestseller for kids' books.
Xavier to God, thank you very much. He says, fuck, marry, kill, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Resident Evil 4, or Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
Oh,
well, thank you for letting me kill Shaolin Monks, but I'm going to marry San Andreas and fuck Resident Evil 4 because San Andreas is next to GoldenEye for my favorite game.
I'll take you know what you know what, Jeff, I'll take the exact same thing. That sounds exactly.
There's no other answer.
Yeah.
I want it to be known that when whoever owns the rights to Mortal Kombat re-releases Shaolin Monks, I want there to be a blurb on the box that says bullshit game, world-class bullshitters. It's not even a bad game. Just in comparison to those other two masterpieces, it's a piece of shit. Sorry, Xavier to God. I actually don't hate it at all. I'm just fucking with you, man. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much. He says, darn it, Kendo, go back to your shanty. But seriously, I've added Super 53 times nuts addition to my vocabulary, so thank you.
Dude, the number of times I've used that expression about damn you people, why don't you go back to your shanties while working in a previous life is that was like a daily thing. It's like a daily thing. I would just be like, damn these people, why don't they go back to their shanties? And nobody understood it. Nobody got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand doing that at your previous job. You did that probably a lot.
Yeah. Now my current job is like, God damn, I can't believe I get paid to do this. This is awesome.
Well, speaking of payment, we have some information from TLJ Screwjob. Actually, TLJ Screwjob, I'm going to read all of your super chats because, hold on, I'm going to read Darian 217, and then I'm going to read all 5 of yours, and then Johnny Bravo's. So Darian 217, thank you very much. He says, "You hope Alec Baldwin is reaching for that payday in his coat pocket when you're standing in front of him." And
damn.
Darian 217 wants to let us know that Helena Hutchins' family only got $170,000 or so from the settlement. And then he follows up with $170K after a Hollywood star deleted your wife.
I mean, that doesn't seem to be enough. I mean, if Alec Baldwin shows up and shoots my wife, I want more than $170,000. I want retiring to a private island to fuck the natives type money.
Okay, Columbus, calm down.
Hey. He's a hero, okay? He discovered a new land. You go across an ocean for fucking 3.5, 4 months, risking scurvy and shit, and tell me that's not a heroic thing.
I thought you were getting upset because he called you Columbus from Zombieland, and I was like, well, I hate Jesse Eisenberg too, so I'd be pissed off.
Yeah. I love that's where Jeff's head went. It's like, oh, Zombieland.
Yeah, throw that in there. I mean, I'm even more offended because fuck you, Jesse Eisenberg sucks.
Yeah, he does. Well, he doesn't really suck. It just depends on the movie. I'll give him that. Like, I like American Ultra.
I've never seen him in anything that I've ever been like, he's doing a good performance. I've always been like, God, I fucking hate Jesse Eisenberg.
Well, I'll throw American Ultra out there as a solid movie that I think.
Well, at least he's better than Michael Cera.
Yeah, they're not the same.
They're both in the same category for me. They're the first ones I'm putting against the wall when the revolution comes.
Oh God.
So we have a few more from TLJ Screwjob. Thank you very much. He says, so you guys don't have a house you can sell, or was it a second mortgage? That'll make your interest rate eventually come to $95,000? No, in Wolfbusters, the three of us, Nick, Dion, and I start our business, and when we need capital, well, we use Kendo's white man credit. But our house is not available. We actually moved to Portland for the work.
Yeah, but Jeff, if we were going to buy a house, you know where we could buy it from, right?
SaveWithConrad.com?
Yeah, or buywithconrad.com.
Dude, I turned on Grill and JR, Backlash 02. I had to skip the first 8 minutes of ads. I listened to he and Paul Bromwell talk for about 3 minutes, and then Conrad's voice comes in.
8 minutes of ads? Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude,
there's a lot of ads in the new shit.
I have unsubscribed from everyone, Kendo.
I am almost Conrad there. Podcast. So I've unsubscribed from every Conrad podcast except for the one with Shivani, and I pick and choose the ones that he puts out each week. But he did the thing with Bruce where Bruce was unavailable for the lead up to Mania, and they were putting out the super episodes. And so I've saved those because it's like WrestleMania 7 through 10 megasode. And I started listening to 7. I listened to 7 the other day. I've listened to him before. There was no ads for like the first hour because he just took the old episode that didn't have many ads and just fucking fired that into the machine. I'm like, yes. There are hardly any ads here. I love this shit. I love you, Conrad.
If you listen to the shows on YouTube, they put different ads or they don't put ads. They let the YouTube ads pay for the show. So what you do is with an ad blocker, you can circumvent all of their ads. So
see, these are the life hacks to get around Conrad. Because Conrad, if you're listening, you're not. I used to love your stuff. I would listen to those and I would play video games. Then I got involved with somebody and I lost a lot of time for that shit. However, I still find that time for these things. But you got to stop having 2-hour shows with 48 minutes of ads.
It's not even 48 minutes of ads, dude. It's like half of the show. And I respect his hustle and I'm all about your business and growing it and stuff like that. We are too. But you got to be able to
spread that shit out.
Yeah, man. You're overdoing it. Sorry.
Just be like, sorry, we got some ad space to sell, but I can't sell it on this show because it's a 2-hour show. I've already got, 30 minutes of ads. We'll put you on the next one.
Now, I can't say he's a fan of ours, but I'm pretty sure he's aware of us or one of those people because there's an old episode of the show where he and Bruce are talking and he goes, yeah, it's like those YouTube channels that just hate Disney. And I was like,
I heard that one before and I immediately thought,
Oh, he's talking about us.
Yeah, because we've had crossover on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, well, thanks.
Yeah.
A plug. Darian217, thank you very much. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much. Johnny Bravo, hoo-ha, says, this worries me. Feels like beating a dead horse. I don't remember what we were talking about, but I'm going to agree with you.
Something that involved Dion. I don't know.
Yeah. Nay. And finally, TLJ Screwjob says, favorite trilogy, Sly Cooper or Jack and Daxter games, but movies, Lord of the Rings. All right, guys, so what's your favorite game trilogy and movie trilogy as we close out tonight's episode?
The original God of War trilogy.
I will go with game trilogy, Uncharted.
Biohazard.
Wait, that's Resident Evil.
No, the
BioShock.
Thank you, BioShock.
Yeah, BioShock. Let's see. BioShock was really good. Jack and Dexter was better than Sly. Oh, favorite game trilogy. I'm gonna go with Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. I had a lot of fun with those games.
Good.
Yeah.
And as for Lord of the Rings, too fucking boring, man.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Just like three movies of walking jewelry into a volcano.
Yeah, it's like the people that say Grateful Dead are great musicians. It's like, yeah, no, if I buy an album, I want more than 3 songs that go for 38 minutes each and actually have 6 words in them. You know, I want more than that.
Glade Riven, we did not forget to read the super chat about the Parliament, the British Parliament and C-SPAN. Thank you, though, for sending it in. Just wanted to let you know if you missed it. What did we read about 10 or 15 minutes ago? Would you guys say?
Something like that.
And then to answer your question, though, about movie trilogy, it's tough because I can't say Indiana Jones because there's now 5 of those movies. Star Wars has 9, and I
Cornetto trilogy.
I hate the fucking final movie, though.
I don't hate it as much, though. But
No,
yeah, Back to the Future
I don't
better.
either. I'm okay with it. I liked it. It was fine.
It's not as good as Fletch Lives, but you know what is.
God, you and Fletch Lives, jeez.
I don't even really like Fletch Lives that much. I just love the first one.
First Fletch is great. The second one,
yeah, zippity doo dah.
Back to the Future. That's what I'd go for movie trilogy.
Yeah, Back to the Future because there's only 3 of those.
Yeah,
I'll go with John Wick since there's only 3 of those out right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, but that's about to. The 4th one's coming, and so we can't really call that a trilogy anymore.
Fair. Fuck it. All right. The Dollars trilogy is my favorite. There you go.
That's a good one too.
Locked in. They're never making another one of those. Sergio Leone died, or not Leone? Yeah, it was fake. Anyway, that's our show tonight, folks. It's been a very long episode. It's been a very fun episode, and I want to thank each and every one of you out there for joining us. Now, as you know, we put out a video yesterday, just a quick little short one, just to get the YouTube algorithm rolling, to get the dust off. I've written a video about Ghostbusters. I've written one about Netflix and the changing tides of entertainment. We are about to see a big shift in entertainment and communication, and it's beyond just Elon Musk buying Twitter. A lot of things have been happening over the last few months that have really shifted the gears in this new direction we're going. This is the new frontier post-COVID, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But it's a return to form in terms of the craziness that is the world. But there are some new things that are coming that I find very exciting. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of that here on the channel. Also, while you're at it, make sure you guys are going to back Wokebusters. We shared some pages earlier. I will not press the button so we don't get demonetized on tonight's show. But I'm working on 2 new trailers as well as a couple of cool ways to promote the book. So you guys can get that this summer, and we'll have more information in the coming days. Nick, would you like to tell everyone about your surprise project or what you shot recently?
Oh yeah, I recently made a short film. I'll probably be putting it on Patreon or something here soon. Whenever I can download it and get to Patreon. So yeah, you guys will get to watch that. And see what it is.
Films a lot of butts, dude butts,
Duts.
It sounds like you're jealous. Kind of, it's weird.
No, just point it out there. Don't want people to start talking.
Hey Kendo, would you mind pulling up the Twitter poll before we go off air?
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. Nick, talk about how you film a bunch of dudes' butts.
It was just a project I was on. It's called Erecting a Monster. It's a short film that my friend needed help shooting for FrankenCon that happens May 15th in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I'll be there for that. It's a 1-day convention, so yeah, it should be fun. I know Joe Bob and Darcy are going to be there. I got a bunch of action figures for them to sign, and the casket creatures are going to be there as well to rock out the whole night. So it should be interesting.
Dude, that sounds like a fun time. And all joking aside, I think the poster for what you're working on is awesome, and I still need to watch.
Yeah, that was done by a friend in our group. He's on Fiverr and he does posters and things like that. And the director John asked him to do it, and that's what came out.
Nice. Well, you guys delivered a funny poster that definitely catches my attention every time I'm on social media. So I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I'm gonna try to put up the short. Hopefully this weekend, if I can, for sure.
All right, we got a poll here.
Yes.
All right, with 44 votes in and 21 hours and 2 minutes to go, because I fucked up and I only said it for a day. Dion, it isn't coming out, has 39%, and Jesse, it's coming out, has 61%.
Well,
so only 39% of people actually want Dion to win this bet.
Or only 39% of people think Dion. Nobody thinks he has a chance.
No, we're all pretty sure Dion's losing this bet. It's just a matter of whether or not you back our boy or you don't.
He's my best friend, but I don't know how you're gonna pull this one off, Dion.
No, I was gonna say unless James Cameron gets busted with a Cabana Boy or some kind of thing where he goes on Twitter and just has like a fucking go at some minority community. Dion's losing this bet, but I back my friend.
Hey man, it's April, gonna be March soon. He's got a few months left. He may do something nuts. We don't know.
We're going backwards.
Yeah, apparently we are. May is around the corner, unless you're in Samoa land.
I can't tell time.
It's midnight. Fuck, give him a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dion.
Now, Kendo, Dion, you guys ready to go?
I am.
Yeah. Send us that shit
Dion,
if you want to get in the contest.
Yes, folks. Join our contest. You can email us at worldclassbs@mail.com, and the headline will be Star Wars, and you can enter to win 2 free tickets to Star Wars Celebration May 24th through the 9th, something like that. But you can win it. Sorry, you can win it on the Saturday of that weekend. So get on your computer, get on your phone, find a way to send an email. Go to your local library if you have to. Send one in and join us live and in person next month. So from all of us here at World Class Bullshitters, thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
.com.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
My name is Jeff.